Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 20 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence.
Football on the Sports Network.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
So what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
Football on the Sports Network.
And welcome to Terre Haute, Indiana at Phil Brown Field on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology for this afternoon's Rose-Hulman homecoming game against Hanover College. Hello, everyone. I'm Herb King, along with Brock Miller. We're going to bring you all of Rose-Hulman football here on the Indiana Sports Network. And Brock, we're looking at two football teams that really determined conference championships, especially in the last about 5 years. These two teams have really duked it out. You could throw Franklin in every now and then as well, but the top two teams over that 5-year period have been Rose-Hulman and Hanover. And those two teams today are going to basically step out and see who's going to take this conference lead.
On homecoming, Coach King, on homecoming. So it was nice and busy when we came in here. A lot of people, Tent City set up. Rose-Hulman has a really nice homecoming going on today, and hopefully we see some quality football here.
Well, I think we'll see not only quality football, both of these teams have virtually the same type of season going on right now. They open up with maybe not the best things as far as wins and loss, but for Rose-Hulman anyhow, you're looking at two excellent teams in Wabash, who was ranked in the top 10 at that point, and they lose a very close ball game, played very well at times in that one. And then you're looking at an excellent team that they played in Trine, which they win, and Hope. And Hope had been ranked in the top. Both Wabash and Hope, their losses for Rose-Hulman are teams that made the Division III national playoffs last season.
Yeah, Wabash is a perennial power in D3 football. They're always in the playoffs, it seems like. So a 10-point loss to Wabash, you don't like to lose, but I'm sure Coach and Rose-Hulman kind of left that game with some silver linings.
Well, the silver lining is you're playing against an outstanding team, a team that's very similar to what you would see if you get in there, and it raises your level of expectation before you hit the conference season. The conference is the only thing that really matters to a Division III football program in terms of wins and losses, because if you win the conference, you're in the national playoffs. If you play those high-level teams at the start, it raises your level of competition, raises the understanding you have on what you're really going to do throughout the season, and places you in a situation that maybe you can compete for a conference title, and that's what Rose-Hulman's trying to do.
And this might be a silly question, Coach King. Are there at-large bids in D3 football as well?
There are at-large bids. Most of those go to the and I'm going to say this, the conference that Mountain Union's in, it'd be the second place teams in some of those major conferences, the Wisconsin teams, for instance, the hyphen teams.
Okay.
Usually they'll get somebody in at large. And other than that, the teams in the HCAC, they're not going to get in an at-large bid. And I'm not saying that like 100%, but you're at about a 99%. Sure. They're not going to get in. So the conference champion, especially this year, is going to get in the tournament. The runner-up is not. Now, at times, you have a teams that tie, And when they do that, they have a vote-off within the conference to decide who goes in. But you don't want to do that. And this ball game is for that conference lead. If you look at the teams in a conference, we had a huge upset last week when Manchester defeated Franklin in an overtime ball game, and I got to see part of that one online. An unbelievable game. There were like 6 turnovers. Manchester barely moved the football on Franklin, and Manchester wins in overtime. And you put those kinds of scenarios involved in a conference championship style season, you never know what's going to go on. We're looking for a great ball game today. It's Rose-Hulman against Hanover here on Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome to Sonic. May I take your order? 1 crave cheeseburger.
I'm on it.
Crave cheeseburger, almost ready. On my way.
Someone pass me the crepe sauce.
Almost ready on the burger.
1 Sonic crave cheeseburger.
For the things you treasure and the people you love. Brian Sponsler and Ben Rice for Auto, Home, and Life. H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse.
Patty,
100%.
Patty, Patty. The flavor, the way they cook it, the way they season it, the way that it's made. Queso burger.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
It's homecoming here. Rose-Hulman against Hanover in what we deem to be one of the most key matchups in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Football Championship Series here. Well, you can say this is a huge day for both of these teams as they prepare for this ball game. We want to thank our sponsors today, Plus Printing, Goshen H&R Block, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, Scheinzer Insurance, Sonic Drive-In, York Automotive for sponsoring the sports here we carry on Indiana Sports Network, and Rose-Hulman in particular, as they prepare for bringing in the colors, and you can see those coming in by the ROTC group here from Rose-Hulman as, again, at homecoming, a lot of people in, a lot of things going on, and it's really nice to see these guys bring out the colors. We're going to pause and bring you back with more of the action, have you set up for the kickoff. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Union Health offers the convenience you need and the care you trust at 2 convenient care locations in Terre Haute, downtown at 221 South 6th Street, and on the east side at Sycamore Terrace Plaza off of State Road 46. Downtown location open Monday through Friday 8 to 8, Saturday 9 to 3, Sunday 1 to 5. East side open Monday through Friday 8 to 8 and Saturday 9 to 6. And you never need an appointment. Have a minor illness or injury that just can't wait? Choose convenient care from Union Health.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Again, a great job by the ROTC group bringing in the colors, and the crowd is going to file in and continue to do so. Huge crowd on hand here at Rose-Hulman. If you had a chance to come in on this one, you could not find a parking spot. I think I got the exact last one at about noon today. Seriously, you drive all over. I had somebody actually scout one. They were here 5 minutes before me, and they said there's 2 left in this lot, and I went clear back in the back corner and found it.
I think I had to park about a half mile away, Coach King. I went ahead and just walked.
Well, it's still quite a bit, and we'll see what's going on. The captains will come out for both of these teams, and both these squads have really good opportunities to play as you look at this one. Rose-Hulman comes in. Shane Welshon's number 1 going out there along with number 33. That's Michael Stevens, and number 11, which is going to be Riley Roberts, the defensive back, the senior from Greenwood, Indiana. Those are the 3 captains for Rose-Hulman. And those guys, Welshon's and Stevens, both preseason receiving some honorable mention All-American status at this point. Welchins runs the ball extremely well. Stevens is that leader on the defensive side. And then when you look at Riley Roberts, the defensive back, he's had some key plays down the stretch. And I know has interceptions, different kinds of things. Those are the 3 leaders that Rose-Hulman has brought out. For Hanover, again, Hanover comes in the same record as Rose-Hulman, but the record is not important except when you look at the conference. Both of them 1-0 in the conference. They start out with conference wins. Rose-Hulman had a huge win on the road at Defiance, but again, Defiance is not picked to be very good in the conference. This one will be a huge test for both of these teams. And the winner of the toss was Rose-Hulman. They defer to the second half. Hanover will gain the football and to start this ball game, and we'll get to see the Hanover offense. For Rose-Hulman defensively, anticipated starters would be number 8, Tyler Smith, number 99, a nose tackle, Bo Thomas. 0, Devin Cobb will play one of the defensive tackles. Linebackers are Pete Cross Jr., number 56. Number 33 is Michael Stevens. Number 5 is Kaiser Bowen. Cornerback, number 2, Tice Miller. The free safety is number 24, Richard Brown. The safety is number 21, Winston Anamakwa. And the strong safety, number 11, Riley Roberts. The cornerback is number 26, Cameron Dorsey. Going out to kick this one off is going to be Jonathan Oliger, the 5'11", 180-pound kicker from Mount Zion, Illinois. As we get prepared on this one, the officials haven't broken their huddle in the middle of the field, and nice to see these guys actually get together, and we'll see if we can avoid saying negative comments on officials. I don't necessarily like that. But these guys they really do a nice job, and it's hard to find football officials. I am telling football fans all over, if you are interested in the game of football, high school football in every state right now. I know Illinois, Indiana, they're all crying for football officials. Please get your license, show up, help our youth for today as we get to watch a great game this afternoon here from Phil Brown Field on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology.
Coach King, it looks like, maybe next week, depending on how Andrew Dion plays today, he could be looking to set some Rose-Hulman passing records. Probably not going to happen today, depending on if he goes for 410. He could.
He's got to get over 4. He's got to get right at 410 to do that. He also has 9 touchdown passes shy of the overall record as well. And here's the kick. It's a nice deep high kick. It carries him all the way to the 1. He'll pick it up as Oliger. He's back out. Pretty good return. He'll get it back up to the 25, and that's where Hanover will start 1st and 10 when they come out with the football. For Hanover, starting number 7, Sam Jackson Sr., number 16, Jared Frank. Number 11 is Hunter Eads, and he's their leading receiver. Number 82 is Jalen Peck. Left guard to right tackle is 64 Will Kern, 76 Gage Woodard, 52 Cameron McClure. The right guard is Josh Elfers, and the right tackle is Jacob Dahl. Their quarterback, Mac Weimer, who has over 800 yards in passing so far this season, and he'll hand the ball off to Shane Cohn, who is one of the leading rushers in the conference. He's tackled for a no gain by Rose-Hulman's front line.
Number 33, Michael Stevens on the tackle there for Rose-Hulman. I believe he came into the game as their leading tackler, Coach King.
He is, and he's an outstanding player. Again, one of those guys you're looking for, all conference, and right now a preseason All-American. Again, they'll set it up. Weimer, he'll hand the ball inside. There's Cohn. He's got a seam up the middle, and he's picked up 10, 12, making about 16 yards on the play, and he'll give Hanover a first down at about the 41.
Trice Miller with the touchdown-saving tackle there for the Fighting Engineers.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers as they'll start out on this one.
Coach Sokol with 3 defensive linemen in the game and what appears to be 3 linebackers.
They play that 3-3 stack and multiple fronted defense. Weimer's got a man in the corner, and he overthrows him.
He had him wide open, Coach.
Well, he was. Hunter Eads had made a nice cut down the middle and went towards the corner route, and really Eads broke his route off to try to find the seam, and quarterback thought he was going to throw it in the corner. That's a read by the quarterback. Indecision cost them an opportunity. And I'll tell you what, Reimer, although he's thrown for 800 yards, he has 4 interceptions and only 6 touchdown passes on the season. So his rating is not near as high as what it could be if he did something. Here comes the blitz off the edge. They got him picked up. He throws it out of bounds, and that's a pretty good throw. They'll say he was outside the tackle box, and an incomplete pass will bring up 3rd and 10.
I think Coach Sokol will take this in terms of a defensive start here for the Fighting Engineers.
Well, the one he's going to take is hopefully this next one, that 3rd and 10, big down for both of these squads on the opening drive for Hanover. Man coverage and blitz being shown by Rose-Hulman, and he'll pull it back and do something different. Looking at it one more time. Rose-Hulman's looks like 5. They bring 5. It's single blocking. Got pressure on him. They missed him in the backfield. Then they bring him down. Big play by Rose-Hulman's strong safety. Right. Number 11, that's Riley Roberts on the sack, and a huge play. Brings up 4th down, and on comes the punting unit for Hanover. And for Hanover, the punter, Eric Raudebusch, number 2 from New Pal.
Number 4, Jalen Hobbs, back to return for the Fighting Engineers.
And Hobbs has some wiggle. Let's see if he can get his hands on it and make a move. Good punt, rush, potentially got the tip, and they did. Hobbs picks it up at the 29. That's where he'll go down, and we'll return with more on Indiana Sports Network.
At York Automotive, we're not number 1, you are. With 5 locations, 8 brands, and over 700 vehicles in stock, we have the right vehicle for you. Lots of vehicles, lots of savings. Markdowns online and on the lot. Plus, we will buy your car even if you don't buy ours. Shop online at yorkautomotive.com. Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number 1, you are.
We're not number 1, you are. You're number 1 at York.
Offense for Rose-Hulman. They run the little jet sweep, get it off the edge. And a huge run, 12-yard run, and a gain for a first down. That's
tackled there by number 7, Brody Luker.
And that's Daniel Hury. And again, Hury, the offensive player of the week in the HCAC, with a nice run to open this thing up for Rose-Hulman. Rose-Hulman, again, wants to go fast-paced on the offensive side, and they're ready to snap the football. Andrew Dion, the quarterback. Dion throws it deep. He's got a man down there, and it's picked off.
Picked off by number 29, Jaden Van Alsel.
And he returns it up over the 50-yard line. They're trying to get the ball out. They'll call him dead at the 43, and Hanover will have the football. And there is a penalty flag. We're going to hold on this one and wait, see what happened. Penalty flag on the play. After the play is over, it'll be some kind of unsportsmanlike. We'll see if it goes one way or both ways. So Dion throws a deep one, gets it picked off for Dion this year. He had 11 touchdown passes and only 4 interceptions coming into this one. That'll make interception number 5.
Sometimes you can live with plays like that, Coach, but when he gets the 35-yard return after, that's when it really becomes an issue.
Yeah, you never want to throw the pick in the flat. Throwing
No.
the pick down the field's not bad if you can get it.
Sure.
Personal foul on Hanover off of the return. So that'll bring the ball back across the 50-yard line, so it will not go across. And it was a dead ball foul. They will reset the chains in college football. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line for Hanover. So a quick turnover gives Hanover a little bit of life here as they have the ball on their own 42. Rose-Hulman again showing pressure up front. Motion across. They're going to play action fake. Got a man on a crosser. And again, trying to do something. They're going to pick him up in the backfield. No, they missed 2 tackles back there. He's going to pick up yardage. He turns a potential sack into a 4-yard gain.
Finally brought down there by Michael Stevens.
Weimer with another really nice play, just using his feet.
He's been pretty elusive in the pocket so far, Coach King.
Well, he's an athlete, and Brock, when you're looking at this guy, he's done a lot of good things. He's not their traditional quarterback they've had in the past. He runs well, and the running game is the key for Hanover. It's not the passing game.
Yeah, when you have to account for the quarterback running, that's always an issue for the defense.
Gain of about 3 on that one. A lot of extracurriculars after this one. Both these teams really want to get after it, and you can see them going very hard in what they're doing.
Tackled there by Tyler Smith for the Engineers.
22 is the running back, and he wasn't on the depth chart for Hanover, and it is Cone, Sean Cone. And again, Cone is the premier running back for Hanover. He's the feature guy.
Looks like Hanover prefers to go 4 wide, no tight so far, Coach King. I've not seen him play this year.
Traditionally, that's what they've done. They do have a tight end they can put in. They got a man down the middle, and he's open, and he catches it, and he's going to walk in the end zone. Touchdown for Hanover. That's the number 16, and that's Jared Frank, a senior from Louisville, Kentucky. And he picks that one up, and a really nice pass down the middle, and Rose-Hulman with some man coverage couldn't get the man close enough to knock that one down.
Usually, Coach King, turnovers and explosive plays can really decide a ball game. Sometimes you can bend but don't break.
Normally, these two go back out touchdown after touchdown. So we'll see what's going on. The kick is up, and that extra point kick is good. It's 7-0 Hanover, and we'll return for more action here on Rose-Hulman's Homecoming.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Hanover with a huge pass connection. And again, a really nice pass. Jared Frank hauls it in from number 1. That's Matt Weimer. And they score the touchdown, a long 60-yard touchdown pass. And they take the lead 7-0 off of, again, an extra point. A nice job on those guys for Hanover. It was Blake Simpson Jr. doing the place-kicking duties. Some COVID issues have hit Hanover. We'll talk about those throughout the ball game. So we always have to kind of double check who's in the ball game for Hanover. Big, nice kick, gets it down to the goal line, and he'll bring it out.
Jalen Hobbs on the return.
There's Hobbs again, and he's got the seam, and he's got the edge, and he's got enough speed. If he outruns that kicker, makes a nice cut, he's down inside the 40, down to the 33-yard line, where Rose-Hulman will take over 1st and 10. They'll say he's out at the 35.
You called it, Coach King. You said they're going to trade these explosive plays. That's exactly what just happened.
Well, Rose-Hulman has done a really nice job in recruiting some young men, and again, we talk about it, like 25 of the players are from different states, in the United States, a national recruiting class for Rose-Hulman every year as they scour the country to find the best the players that fit the academic standards at Rose-Hulman and can play football. That's why Andrew Dion, he's from California, as you noted before the ball game. We talked about those things. A lot of players from all over different places. There's a contingent from Indiana as well, but you've got a lot of players from all over the country. Rose-Hulman ranked the #1 engineering school for 23 straight years by U.S. News and World Report. And right up the middle goes Welshins. A great run for about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
And tackled by Justin Williamson on the play. Even Mr. Hobbs is out of North Carolina, Coach King.
They can run. And with Hobbs and Noah Thomas, and you've got some guys with some actual wheels that Rose-Hulman hasn't had for the last few years. You usually only had one, and that was Thomas. And there it is, Hobbs on the corner, picks up the little hitch and the first down. So it'll be a first down for Rose-Hulman. They'll move the chains.
Brought down by number 40, Justice Thurman.
And Hobbs can run. You put Hobbs and Thomas on one side. They ran that rollout smash route right there, and Thomas took the top off, and they had to throw the ball to Hobbs. He picks up 4. Dion, he'll throw it up to Hobbs in the corner, and he threw the fade route, and that's kind of tough. Hobbs is not the tallest guy in the world, and just throwing it up on him is not maybe as good a matchup as you'd like. He couldn't make the adjustment, and Rose-Hulman will have the football 2nd and 10.
You also love to see that Hobbs and Fury are sophomores, so they're not going anywhere for a while, Coach King.
Only 3 seniors starting right now in the starting lineup for Rose-Hulman, so take those guys away. This is a great nucleus will come back. Welchins up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and brought down by their middle linebacker for Hanover.
Number 4, Kyle Treber, fought through the stiff arm there, Coach King, to get him down.
And Treber is a leading tackler for Hanover. He's the guy that's come in for the last 2 years, has been all conference. Actually, he's been all conference since his freshman year. He's now a senior. The guy can really play in the middle. Welchins with another good run, though. 3rd and 3. They'll give it again. Welchins up the middle, and he's powered it in there, and they think they may have found the weakness, and right now it's the Hanover defensive front. The front is kind of light. I know they had some COVID issues with a couple guys off their front line, and that could be the issue. They're playing some guys that aren't necessarily those starters up in the front line for Hanover. Welchins in the backfield again with Dion.
Hanover in a 4-man front, Coach. 2 linebackers, 5
Traditionally
DBs.
that 4-2-5. Nice swing pass out there. Good move on the inside, and he's got a seam towards the end zone. Gets down to the 3. And again, another excellent play by Rose-Hulman. Noah Thomas with that catch and run. And Thomas coming back for his graduate year is a huge difference for Rose-Hulman. Usually don't have that at Rose-Hulman. He's taking graduate classes, able to play a 5th year. He's already the career leader in receptions. Welchins up the middle, follows the guards on the counter play and walks in the end zone. And counter has worked very well for Rose-Hulman. They pull the guard, bring the tight end along with him, which is actually an H-back in that situation, and they're just powering over the front of Hanover on that last drive. 7-6 now, waiting the extra point opportunity for Rose-Hulman. Brett Tuttle will hold. Kicker is Jonathan Oliger. And your snapper should be Riley Lopian. Kicks up. It's good. We have a tie score. 7-all here. It's homecoming at Rose-Hulman.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman. Again, score tied, 7-all. Nice run by Shane Welshins as he sticks it in the end zone from about 4 yards out. And with that opportunity, again, we're as my partner Brock Miller and I have discussed, we're looking at this one. Could go back and forth. Both of these offenses are good enough. The defenses are good enough to stop people too and create some big plays. But right now, it appears that both offenses are going to be able to click a little bit better than the defenses are. Getting ready to kick this one off again. Tuttle pounds this one deep. And a high kick gets it down to the 4-yard line.
Austin Opal on the return.
And he's tripped up and picked up at about the 22. And very fortunate. There's a little bit of extra festivities almost every time we're doing this one right now.
That's exactly what I was just getting ready to say, Coach King. A lot of extracurriculars going on after the play. I assume the coaches are going to start addressing that. Those 15-yard penalties can really come back to bite you in a game like this.
And out comes offensively the same set of crew for Hanover as they'll come out. Rose-Hulman again in their 3-4 look at this point.
Hanover just in the classic spread formation, Coach King.
Motion across, brings trips. They're going to hand the ball. Nope, they keep it, and here comes the quarterback with a nice run. He'll pick up about 15 yards on it as Weimer with, again, his legs. As you noted earlier, Brock, that he's able to move quite well in the pocket, and that time they used it on, he just read that defensive end as the end closed. He kept the ball, and nobody was there waiting on him.
Brought down by number 24, Rashard Brown out of Columbia, South Carolina for the Engineers.
Two receivers, top and bottom. Cone in the backfield. Look for the quick one. Doesn't have it. Has the man over the middle and a nice catch about 9 yards. He'll be just short of the first down unless they give it to him here. We'll see where they set it.
Catch by number 7, Sam Jackson out of Indianapolis, Indiana.
And they give him the first down. And I will say this, as you'll note through this one. The officials tend to move the football to the line. So a lot of quick movement on how the game progresses simply because they move that football.
Sometimes I'm okay with that, Coach King. Oh, boy.
Blew it dead, had a man open, but, again, the corner had broken off his play. False start against the offense. They'll move it back for 5, and we'll start at 1st and 15. And one of the things that you'll notice here is we are seated in the press box. We get a very similar view to what you're seeing right now. Not quite the same, but very similar. But alongside us are coaches. In this case, it's the Hanover coaches. They're alongside. So every now and then you'll hear pounding on the wall and things will shake up
it's
here.
It's not us, Coach King.
We don't get to do that very often. Rose-Hulman looking for a pass. They're designing a pass coverage right now in the secondary. And they'll hand the ball off. Here comes the second running back into the ball game for Hanover. Fumbled, ball's loose on the ground, and they'll say he was down. No, they say it was recovered by Hanover. 34 was the carrier for Hanover. And
number 52, Cameron McClure with the heads-up play there, Coach, to get on the ball.
Running back was Walt Ballinger from Beech Grove. He's a senior, and he put the ball on the ground. And, again, huge fumble recovery for one of the offensive linemen there. Hanover with the football on 2nd and 14. Make it 2nd and 15.
Engineers maybe showing blitz here, Coach.
And they brought 5. Whoa. And a huge leap, but he left a wide open seam. Missed the tackle. He's going to pick up 14, maybe 15. We'll see where he went out of bounds. They're marking him short. Short. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Matthew Weimer with an impressive start to this game, Coach.
Well, he is, and it's not the passing. And that's one of the things that I was talking to one of the Hanover guys, and he's like, he goes, if he does what he's supposed to do, he's pretty good. Every now and then he gets kind of loose with the football, as 6 touchdown passes to 4 interceptions, so that's not a good ratio. But you can see he does it with his feet. He's able to move the football. They're doing things with what they have. Power play, picks up the first down and more. He'll pick up 5-6 yards on that play.
Tackled by a group of engineers there.
First down for Hanover.
Rose-Hulman may have one of the coolest mascots in all of, NCAA football, D1, D2, everything included. That's a sharp elephant in the middle of that field.
And if you go up into the field house, you can see the tusks that are still there. That's where they get that one from. I don't know have you been in there? Do you know that one?
I do not, Coach.
It's great facility, great opportunity. Colts used to have this as their practice facility. Used to come and watch them here before they moved up to another venue.
Peyton would be in town. I do remember that.
And a nice tackle right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll give him 2 as he fell forward. But, again, another opportunity there for Rose-Hulman to make that play. Number 5 on the tackle is Kaiser Bowen, the 6-foot, 200-pound linebacker from Centerville, Michigan.
Mr. Stevens on the assist again. Stevens has been busy so far today.
Well, he plays in the middle, and he makes plays.
Yes.
And he's just a good read play guy, and he has enough speed to get there. Inside zone, they run the boot, waggle naked off of it, and that happens to throw it out of bounds. That's a nice play by the quarterback because he had nobody to throw that one to.
No need to force it there. Get back in the huddle, see what you can do. Or so they don't huddle at all.
No, no one huddles in this league.
Sure. Does anyone ever go under center, Coach?
Yes.
It's so rare now to see.
They'll go under center occasionally, and you'll see that. Quarterback sneaks for sure if they do that. Trips formation with a bunch at the top of your screen. Usually that's in that formation tends to be a passing. Rose-Hulman's going to bring it again. They brought 5, and they've got a man in his face trying to throw it, and poor throw, forced one. It'll be 4th down as Rose-Hulman's defense holds, but they're in the go-for-it territory. They're not going to wait on this, and if they punt it, they could pin Rose-Hulman, but they may take this shot. And statistically, taking the shot is a better opportunity for you to score points. It just depends on what you're doing. And defensively right now for Hanover, like I said, I know they're missing several quality football players due to a COVID test that came back. We can't tell you that, like who they are,
sure,
but they're not here.
I'm on the same page, Coach. You go for it here.
Here comes Twins top and bottom. He's looking for the crosser down the middle. He's got a man open for the touchdown and overthrows him. It'll be a turnover. Rose-Hulman with the football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
For the things you treasure and the people you love. Brian Sponsler and Ben Rice for Auto, Home, and Life. H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse.
Again, another jet sweep over to the side, and really nice run that time by number 14 for Rose-Hulman with that one. And that's, again, Daniel Uri, the wide receiver sophomore from Katy, Texas. And Uri, again, the offensive player of the week for the conference this last week in his performance against Defiance. And he picks up another nice run. Inside, they pump it. Dion with the throw. He's got Uri on the sideline. Does he catch it? He does. That's a huge grab. That's a great grab. Hands only above your head, hit the ground. The ball doesn't come loose. What a tremendous play. First down, Rose-Hulman. Dion setting the troops, getting everybody ready. H-back setting on the left side. Running style formation. Here comes Uri. Play action. Here it comes. Here's the power up the middle, and they pick him up with about a 2-yard gain.
Brought down by number 40, Justin Thurman out of Indianapolis.
2-yard carry by number 1, Shane Welshins.
So Welshins picks up just 2 yards.
By number 55, Jaylene Santos.
Subs into the ball game for Rose-Hulman. And we're moving the offense back and forth, trying to get people set up, and they'll go with 2 receivers top and bottom of your screen. They've got In the corner, just couldn't get to it, was number 4, Jalen Hobbs, and Hobbs wasn't able to get to that one. He also had a nice crosser by Tice Salou coming right open down the middle of the field. He wasn't able to see him, but right down the middle. And then we have an injury on the field for Hanover. We'll pause and take a break. You're watching Homecoming for Rose-Hulman.
It's a Union Health Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. The Wabash Valley's biggest and best sports medicine team now offers a Saturday morning walk-in injury clinic every Saturday morning in September and October from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Union Health Bone and Joint Center, 1725 North 5th Street in Terre Haute. Union Medical Group sports medicine doctors Eric Pickrell, MD, and Andy McDonald, MD, will be on hand to evaluate and treat minor injuries, including sprains and strains, suspected concussions, and more. Let the Wabash Valley sports medicine experts help get you back in the game.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And player walks off under his own power, but they're checking him out over on the sideline. Hopefully he gets to return as well. Dion in the backfield, motion across by Tice Salou. They'll hand the ball off. Welchins makes a cut, doesn't get anywhere. He'll pick up maybe a yard. It'll be
brought down by number 99, Jane Kent out of Georgia.
Fourth down. Fourth down again in that almost I'm going to go for it style. You could try to pin Hanover right here, but more than likely they'll go for it.
If your punter gets it in the end zone, Coach King, then he really only gained 20 yards. So is it worth it? I totally agree. You go for it here.
Yep. You need to have some kind of a pooch punter if you're going to do that. And it gets them to almost draw off sides, and they do. There's a 5-yard penalty, and that gives you a real good chance of making this first down. It was 4th and 6. And it'll be 4th and 1 when they line this thing up to go for it. And 4th and 1 is pretty good, especially because Rose-Hulman has made hay really just running the football with a power formation.
Coach, either these players are familiar with each other or they're doing some heavy amounts of talking. So I don't know what it is yet. Well, I guess we'll see.
It's both. They played each other last spring. They know each other. I mean, it's conference. Some of these guys have played each other 2-3 years. The coaches know each other. There's not a lot of love lost between both programs right now. Power formation for Rose-Hulman. They're going to run the football. Dion takes it, goes left, picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 Rose-Hulman. Yeah, and I mean, they're just pushing and shoving after every play, and something's going to happen here pretty soon. And it could go both ways, but there's a lot of extracurriculars going on.
And it's been going on, Coach, since the snap, since the first kickoff. But you love to see the passion, and as long as you can keep it under control. But it looks like by the time we get to the fourth quarter, they might be boxing each other.
Play action. They're going to throw the fade again. He's got him in the end zone, and he threw it out of bounds. Just a little bit. He throws the fade over the outside shoulder and just wasn't able to put enough on it to keep it in bounds. He literally threw it out of bounds.
Yeah,
and that's I will say this because most of my if you're a Rose-Hulman person, you're going to hear this, but the vectors of a right-handed thrower tend to pull it back in, and that one didn't come back in.
Sure.
So here's Dion setting up with 2nd and 10. Rose-Hulman inside the 35-yard line. They have a chance to put another touchdown on the board here in the first quarter. And as you can see, 1:55 left to go here in period number 1. They'll give the ball inside. Welchins, he gets wrapped up. He's loose, but then a pick up, a nice play. 29 for Hanover with the trip-up tackle.
Jaden Van Osdal.
So Van Osdal comes up with that one, and again, he's their normal punter. And you'll see some different players playing.
I apologize, Coach King. I have a feeling that's probably Cody Horner, the wide receiver, as we discussed, people out.
Yeah,
I think they do have a wide receiver in now at DB.
They run the draw and nobody blocked up front. They make a huge play on 3rd down. They'll lose 2. It'll be 4th and 13.
Big 99 again. Jane Kent on the tackle for the Panthers. He is a big football player, Coach King. 6'3". They don't list the weight, but he's a load.
he is a load. And A really good player. Now they're going to line up and punt this one. 4th and 14, that's the odds of picking this up are not real good.
Jane is a freshman as well.
So we're going to see if we get the actual pooch punt. Puts it straight up in the air. Fair catch called at the 10, and that's where Hanover will have it when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
Hanover with a football, 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. Motion across will give trips to the bottom of the formation. They're going to hand the ball inside to Cone. Cone picks up nothing. It's Rose-Hulman defense with a nice play in there again.
About 30 seconds left in the quarter here, Coach. I'm assuming maybe we go to the second.
And there's enough they could walk it to the other end if they want to. And they may just do that. Yes, they are. 10 seconds, they're going to wait, and that will be the end of the first quarter. So, both teams scored. Exciting first quarter. It's 7-7. Rose-Hulman against Hanover. We'll return for more action here from Terre Haute, Indiana on Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Rose-Hulman plays solid defense, and they have a chance to pin Hanover. Hanover with the football, 2nd and 10 from their own 10-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. First time we've seen that one for Hanover. And are they there to pass block? No, they're going to hand the ball off. No, it's the quarterback keeping it off the left side. He's got good yardage, and he'll pick up the first down.
The carry by number 1, Matthew Weimer.
Are they going to say? They say he's out of bounds early. Wow, they didn't give him the spot on that one because I watched him go out right at the 20. And wow, that's an interesting mark.
Panthers playing into their QB's strengths here, Coach. Like you said earlier, he likes to run, get him comfortable. He's had some plays open down the field. He can connect on some of those. It's dangerous.
You have to stop the running backs. And the 2 running backs that they've been using for Hanover are extremely good. They're leading in the conference as far as rushing. And here's another one. They're going to hand the ball to him. Cone picks up, makes 2 guys miss, breaks 3 tackles. He's still going, still fighting away up at the 30-yard line. He's over. And a huge run, a 12-yard, making a 13-yard run for Cone as he picks up the first down and more.
The senior out of Evansville, Indiana.
And he'll check out of the ball game as, boy, there was some rock'em sock'em football there. They were hitting each other all the way down the field. As that happens, the other running back into the ball game for Hanover, and that's Ballinger. He'll take the football. He's got a crease, and he just about squeezed that one through. He'll pick up 7 yards. He could have gone the distance on that one as just about broke the seam.
And brought down by number 5, Kaiser Brown. Another state representative here, Kaiser's out of Michigan.
You'll see people from all over going to school at Rose-Hulman. It's not uncommon to see people from every state you can think of just rotating back through in all the sports.
Press coverage down here with the DBs.
Power up the middle. They'll run it again. They'll pick up another 2. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Looks like the Rose coaching staff is wanting to make Mr. Weimer beat them, over the top. Stop the run and try to make him beat him with your arm.
And again, he's going to take chances to try to throw and make the big play. And you know as well as I do, quarterbacks that just play within the system tend to move the ball very well, keep your team in the ball game. Where you get loose with the football is when you have trouble, and that's what Rose-Hulman's hoping that they can force Hanover to do, is to just play a little bit looser with the football.
It looks like
Power
Rose is going
in the
man
middle.
across
They got
the
him
board.
short, held him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 2, and the ball's not over the 50. Normally you're going to get a punt. The offense is still standing there, and here comes the punt team.
Here they come.
So again, a huge defensive stop for the Fighting Engineers as they force Hanover out after a nice run by Cone to pick up a huge first down, but they could not advance the ball over the 50, and here comes the punting unit.
Mr. Hobbs back to return for the Fighting Engineers.
And lightning in a bottle if he can get his hands on it in a quick one, and it looks like he's going to get a chance. He's got his hands on the ball to 16. Pump makes 2 guys move. There's the 3rd. Good block, and he could go. Hobbs on the punter forces him out of bounds. Rose-Hulman with the football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
At Union Health, we understand that early detection of breast cancer saves lives. That's why the Clara Fairbanks Center for Women offers the most advanced breast cancer detection available. Tomosynthesis 3D breast imaging. This state-of-the-art technology pinpoints breast cancer at its earliest stages when it's most curable. For you, that means earlier detection. For us, that means being able to give you peace of mind in your health care. To schedule your mammogram, call 812-238-7766. Union Health. Healthier together.
Inside run, Welchins. He'll pick up about 4 yards on that one. And again, everybody's playing hard. This is a rock'em sock'em, and it was not Welchins. It was number 6 with that carry, and that's Grant Raperda, the sophomore ringback from Sherman, Illinois. Raperda in the backfield. Dion looking at the slants, got a man open, picks up the first down. That's a nice, good throw. There was no overhang linebacker, so he's able to fit it in there quite easily. And a first down for Rose-Hulman.
Number 9, Adam Taisalou out of Virginia.
And Adam Taisalou has a lot of speed, too. This guy can run. Really does a nice job. Alex Grescock, the junior tight end, comes in to the ball game, and he'll get set up there, again, using him as an H-back. You can see him on the left side right over that left tackle as Taisalou reduces his split.
Coach King, we've not seen a tight end with his hand in the dirt yet.
Motion. They got a man down the sideline. Great throw. What a touch pass. And a first down for Rose-Hulman. They move the ball inside the 20. Grant Raperda out of the backfield. They fake the jet sweep and bring the fullback up the seam, and he was covered, but boy, he just laid it in there, had the defensive man turn completely around. Easy catch for him, but it's tough to make the catch, but what I'm saying, a great throw.
Great
he
throw
made it
by
easy
Dion.
for him.
Great throw by Dion.
Trips to the top of the screen. He's got a man down the seam, and there it goes.
Touchdown.
Here it comes. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman. And they're going to call the pick. But they just called the pick, and I saw it. I saw the contact, but they called the pick, and it was earlier. It was not on the guy that caught the ball. It was the previous one. They had a man out of the backfield. The receiver came in. Yeah, and they're going to go down and talk this one over. But Sokol is going to argue this one, but I'm saying they're going to call it. And the reason they're going to call it, it's not on the guy that caught the ball. It was on the back out of the backfield. And it was a really nice play design. The difference is you can't hit him. It's called a rub. If you use your hips, you're going to be fine. He didn't use his hips. He hit the dude with his forearm. And as he did that, I thought he was going to throw the wheel route to the back out of the backfield because He was the guy that they actually picked for.
Who did they call that on?
They called that on Ty Salou. Ty Salou is the one that got called for it.
Coach Sokol's going to go crazy in film on that one. I don't know if I
Well,
agree with
again,
that.
it's not that he picked the guy that caught the ball. He picked the back out of the backfield as Dion rolls to the side, throws it out of bounds so he doesn't get sacked. Again, at second now and 25 for Rose-Hulman. And here comes Noah Thomas. I would say you're going to have the speed guys in the ball game right now. They'll see if they can put some verticality on this stuff.
If you can't get the first down, Coach, you look to get in field goal range, get 3 on the board, and be happy with
You're going to have to try to score out of this one, yeah. You want to get something going. If you can get the ball inside the 20, you got a chance to kick the field goal. It's only second down. You got 2 downs to get inside the 20. 3 receivers top of the screen. They got Ty Salou one-on-one. He's got him open. Touchdown. He dropped the football. Had him wide open. A really nice design play and a great route run by Adam Ty Salou, the junior from Java, Virginia, and he just didn't hold on to the football. And we have a man down for Hanover. And with that, we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman Homecoming Football on Indiana Sports Network.
It's a Union Health Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. With more than 24 certified athletic trainers, highly trained sports physicians, and top Union Medical Group orthopedic surgeons, Union Health Center for Sports Medicine has the team that can take care of you. Union Health Center for Sports Medicine experts care for more than 4,500 school athletes at 13 high schools in Indiana and Illinois. From the serious athlete to the weekend warrior, our team can get you back in the game. Union Health Center for Sports Medicine. Find us in the Union Medical Group Bone and Joint Center at 1725 North 5th Street in Terre Haute. Now featuring same-day care and a Saturday walk-in clinic. Call 812-242-3005.
You're watching Rose-Hulman Football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Shane Welshon's back into the ball game at running back. And again, 3rd and 25 for Rose-Hulman. Got the double under. Dion lost the football, and that'll bring up 4th down and probably the punting unit because you're not going to pick up 4th and probably 28 on this one. And in comes the punting unit for Rose-Hulman. Stepping back to punt is Andrew Tolar, sophomore from Bidwell, Ohio.
Number 29, Cody Horner, back to return for the Panthers.
Again, Rose-Hulman could not convert. They had the ball inside the 20-yard line and scored what appeared to be a touchdown. In this case, that pass interference offensively. And they'll put it down inside the 10 again, and that's where Hanover will have it when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
Hanover with a football, 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. Inside run, and they're going to wrap him up at the 8-yard line. Cone is not going anywhere, one of the leading rushers in the conference, and he's not gaining yardage at all. They're going to give him 1 yard forward progress to the 9. We want to thank our sponsors for this afternoon's ball game: A+ Printing, Goshen H&R Block, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, Sponsler Insurance, Sonic Drive-In, and York Automotive, all proud sponsors of Rose-Hulman Football here on Indiana Sports Network. Setting back to pass, I'll throw their little quick out. He'll pick up the 1st down and a little bit more, and ball's loose, but way after he was on the ground.
Complete to number 7, Sam Jackson.
So Jackson gets the 1st down, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Hanover. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive. They have 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. And I want to thank those guys for being alongside Indiana Sports Network. They've been there since almost day one. Trips formation, the H-back in motion across, running style formation. They're going to hand the ball, and right up the middle goes the run. They don't get the yardage they'd surely like, but they do pick up about 5. They'll make it 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. And with that opportunity, again, Cone picking up some yardage. He's been held pretty much in check here in the first half as, again, one of the leading rushers in the conference has been held in check by Rose-Hulman's defense, and these guys have played very well.
Brought down by number 21, Winston Amanqua out of Missouri.
And again, if you're looking at Rose-Hulman, almost all of these guys have engineer in some part of their major. Motion outside. They've got him in the backfield, and they miss him again. Man, he's like an escape artist. He's made 3 guys miss. They finally get a good hit on him, but he'll lose a yard, maybe 2. He'll lose 1 yard on the play. They'll go down as a sack. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Brought down by number 6, Chaiku Sao out of Indianapolis, Indiana.
Boy, I tell you what, seriously, it was like an escape artist. He ran circles, and everybody just missed him back there.
He's been very elusive in the pocket. He kind of fumbled and bumbled the ball a little bit there, but he kept it under control and made a great play to evade there.
Matt Weimer, the quarterback for Hanover, causing fits for a defense, because if you can't tackle him in the backfield off those blitzes they've got, then you're in trouble. Timeout, Hanover. They didn't like what they saw on 3rd and 7. We'll take one as well. You're watching the homecoming here at Rose-Hulman on Indiana Sports Network.
Screen printing, business printing documents, printing photos and senior announcements,
Screen printing of hats, shirts, sports teams, and uniforms. Promotional items of all kinds, including koozies and coffee mugs. You name it, A+ can print it. A+ Printing in Brazil. For the things you treasure and the people you love. Brian Sponsler and Ben Rice for Auto, Home, and Life. H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
After the timeout, it's 3rd and 7. And you can hear the crowd in the background kind of rallying behind the Rose's defense. They need to get a stop here.
6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Is this our biggest play of the game so far, Coach?
I don't know yet. We'll see. Depends on what's going on. Blitz, they got a man down the sideline, and he makes the catch. And again,
Ben Massey on the catch out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Just turned around, high point of the ball. That's a great catch, great throw.
And again, Jared Frank, that's the guy they went to for the touchdown. He's asking for somebody to replace him as he'll run towards the sideline. But a pretty nice throw, too. He just gave him the opportunity to go up and make the catch. And when you got a one-on-one route and you trust your receiver, and obviously he's pretty good because he went and got the football. So, Hanover with the football over the 50-yard line.
Jared Frank standing at 6'5" for the Panthers. That's a big target at this level.
They brought another guy in that's that tall as well. He's 6'4". They bring in Lightfoot. He's 6'4", and he looks maybe bigger than the other one. 2nd down now, the gain of 2. So as they get ready to go here, again, they keep rotating in. Hanover doesn't run, as you call it, NASCAR. It is the speed-up, hurry-up offense. Hanover's not running that. Hanover just keeps everybody in basic proximity of what's going on so you don't have to huddle up and run all over the place. Man, cover 0 being shown by Rose-Hulman. They bring the blitz, and they get to him. They finally get to him. Finally, they get to him in the backfield and pick up a tackle behind the line for a sack. It'll be 3rd and 13. And
great play by Riley Roberts.
All he needed to do was get rid of the football. And that's why Roberts is one of the captains for today's game. That style of aggressive play he brings from the strong safety position. And Rose-Hulman's been dialing up blitzes all the time, trying to put pressure on a quarterback that they think they can rattle a little bit. And so far, they've been able to rattle him most of the time. Weimer, though, when he gets away, is a dangerous guy in the open field. Here comes the blitz again.
Roberts
screen pass.
Blitz.
He went to pass it, and they covered the screen. Now he has to run with it, and they'll get him for another play. It'll bring up 4th down, and that one will cause Hanover to punt the football.
Chaiku Sao on the tackle again.
And score update, Indiana State 24-7 over
Western
Illinois at the half. Great day for football. A little warm, reminds you of the summer, last summer days.
ISU needs that one after South Dakota came into town last weekend, Coach.
Here comes Hobbs. Goes right between two and gets tackled. He'll bring the ball at the 15-yard line. Rose-Hulman will have it when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
Rose-Hulman with an inside run. They'll pick up about 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And again, another nice run for Rose-Hulman by Grant Ruperta.
Brought down by number 5, Devontae Hardiman out of Princeton, Indiana.
You know, you look at this one, and Ruperta comes off the bench, carries the ball a few times, had a really nice pass reception, which set good field position for Rose-Hulman, but they didn't do anything with it on that last time. There's an offensive movement by the right guard as he'll cause that 5-yard penalty. Linemen up front for Rose-Hulman have been handling the duties. Left tackle is Aiden Sturgeon, number 72. Left guard is Justin Pearson, 59. Number 58 is Kenneth Gibson, the center. Right guard is 53, Ryan Easterday. And number 73 is the right tackle, Chris Schultz. And those guys have been doing the good work up front. And Rose-Hulman passing the ball some. There's the rollout. He's got the hitch. Thomas with the football. Nice move. He'll pick up the 1st down. He'll go out of bounds at the 31.
Refusing to be taken down there, Coach King. Stayed on his feet. You'd love to see that.
I still want to see Noah Thomas on a deep one yet. He hasn't isolated him deep because he's the guy that you can take a shot with, and they've done it for 3 years.
And you don't see a safety over the top right now. Number 10 is kicked up here. I would love to see that right now, Coach King.
Here it comes. It's 1st down. They'll give the ball inside. Ruperta again with another run. He'll pick up 2.
I think you're totally right.
I think he's more physical than the corner, and I think they're going to have to take a shot every now and then. They've taken a couple and had good luck with the shot. The difference is, what's going to take place. It is a warm day, as you can see subs going in and out all the time.
2:45 left here in the 2nd quarter.
And we're not quite to the 2-minute drill type thing. We're getting really close. And when I say that, just because of the way Rose-Hulman runs, if you get the ball out of bounds, you don't have to do it. Blitz, slant.
Good catch.
And he'll get the 1st down. And with that, a huge push.
Wow.
They're still pushing. They're still carrying him all the way down to the 45-yard line. That was about a 15-yard push. That was a team, and there is a 15-yarder going to be tacked on. And we're going to see what happens.
That got the stands going, Coach King. A little momentum shift there. You could almost feel it as he was being dragged or pushed or whatever was going on there. We had a rugby scrum for about 15 yards.
And we're going to see what's going on. It's a dead ball, personal foul.
Against Rote.
1st down. It was against both. He called it against both. No, he didn't. His motions weren't very good there, folks. Didn't get that one.
That's not on Coach King. That's on the ref. That was a very unsure motion. I didn't know what he was calling.
Point right, point left. Okay. First down, Rose-Hulman. They're not going to have the ball at the 45 on one end. They'll have it at the 40 on their own.
I think, what is that, the third personal foul we've seen?
Yeah.
Things are heating up here, Coach. 7-7, 2:15 left.
Nasty stuff going on at certain times. Emotions are running pretty high.
Dial it up to Thomas, like you said, Coach. He's down here.
Welchins off the edge. He's got a seam. He's going to pick up just about 3-4 yards. They're still pushing him forward. They'll give him 5 on that one. Huge effort. We're under 2 minutes, 1:56 and counting as we go down through on this one. 2nd and 5. And Rose-Hulman with the football. Ball to 45. Welchins in the backfield. They'll hand it to him, and he goes nowhere. That'll bring up 3rd down. May want to use a timeout here pretty soon. 1:25. And the clock's still running.
Noah Thomas wide left here on an island, Coach. You suggested a shot. I think we're going to see that sooner or later.
And we have another injury on the field. We'll take a short injury timeout. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
It's a Union Health Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. The Wabash Valley's biggest and best sports medicine team now offers a Saturday morning walk-in injury clinic every Saturday morning in September and October from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Union Health Bone and Joint Center, 1725 North 5th Street in Terre Haute. Union Medical Group sports medicine doctors Eric Pickrell, MD, and Andy McDonald, MD, will be on hand to evaluate and treat minor injuries, including sprains and strains, suspected concussions, and more. Let the Wabash Valley sports medicine experts help get you back in the game.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And a player's still down, but again, you can't really tell what's going on, and we shouldn't tell. We'll wait till the evaluation comes in, and hopefully he's going to be okay. Rose-Hulman with 121 left to go here in the second period is facing, again, a 3rd and 5 at their own 45-yard line. And so if they pick up the first down, and it's the big guy, the one in the middle, number 99, who for Hanover has been causing all the problems on that front line. I mean, he's a tremendous player, and Jay Kent is a sophomore from Cedartown, Georgia. And several of these guys from Georgia, are playing on this one. If you look at their depth chart, it says GA in about 9 places. So they've got some quality athletes they're picking up from the state of Georgia. They're driving up and going to school in southern Indiana.
Too high safety look for the Panthers here. You don't want to give up the big one, Coach.
And they've got a man potentially. Oh, Dion's going to try to run for it. And he slides. By sliding, he picks up 4th down. It'll be 4th and 3. They'll say 4th and 4. By the time he's hit that one, it'll bring up 4th down. They're going to have to punt this one. They're not going to go for this one. It's too close to the middle of the field, and they give easy opportunity. So look for the pooch punt. Dion's done it several times, and that's kind of what you're looking for. If they get the pooch punt, they can roll, and hopefully it won't go back in the end zone. Timeout by Hanover. Pretty solid one because they're going to run the clock down. We'll take one as well. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
4 years ago, I drove my daughter to Riddell National Bank, where she opened her savings account. Today, she's still saving money. My relationship with Riddell is better than ever, too. No other bank focuses on relationships as much as they do. I can count on them for small business loans when I need them. Riddell National Bank helps small business owners and their families grow, both financially and personally. Riddell National Bank, making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Hanover, by calling the timeout, really forced Rose-Hulman into a real punting situation. And again, 42 seconds left to go in the second period. Decent snap. And they're going to get the roughing the kicker, roughing the punter. Huge punt, by the way. That's a great punt.
What a tackle by number 12, Sam Hedrick.
Hedrick with a great play on that one, but it will be a Rose-Hulman first down, regardless of what's going on, because even if it's a running into the kicker, it's 5 yards. That'll give him a first down. The 15 will put the ball down at the 40 with 31 seconds left to go. They say it is the roughing the punter, and that'll put the 15-yard penalty in effect, and Rose-Hulman now has a chance to score and put some points on the board. 31 seconds. They've got, I believe, 2 timeouts left. And we'll see what's going on.
Three timeouts left.
They have 3.
The board might be wrong.
I think they have 3. You're right.
Yeah.
The 2 timeouts were called by Hanover, and then we've had some players that have had injuries. So don't be surprised if they take a couple shots here and see if they can put the ball in the end zone. And it's a good time to do it because it's hard to bring one in the way of what's going on. So.
I would love to see him run that crosser we saw earlier with number 14 across the field, Coach.
They're going to Tice Salou down the left side. Oh, and Dion gets wrapped up near the 50. They're going to call timeout and try it again. They had Tice, and they've got a penalty flag down on this one, and it may be a
number 5, Devontae Hardeman.
It may be another 15-yarder. Get him closer. Couple 15-yarders here and 30 yards in penalties for Hanover on this one. We'll see where this one goes from. It's a spot foul if it's a dead ball. It is a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct called against Hanover, and they're going to say it's an automatic first down, and that'll bring the ball all the way down to the 31-yard line.
Coach, where do you think we need to get for the Engineers to kick a field goal?
Just about to the 20-yard line or so. Has the range. The distance causes problems, with accuracy. Sure. But from that, if you get close to that 20-yard line in this level and with the kickers that we have here, Oliger should be able to pound one through from about 35 to 37 yards. They got something going on. They have to put the correct time on the clock, and they have to get everything moved. They don't have a move.
Change set.
Yeah, and they called a first down on this one. It's an automatic first down, and they're going to put
20 seconds left on the clock, Coach.
There are 20 seconds. And we're waiting on it. They'll tell us time-wise what's going on, and everybody behind me as I'm seated up here is talking about that one. And they're saying the clock's running now, 20, 19 seconds. Dion pumps. He's got a man down the sideline. Potential play, and it's knocked down. Nobody comes up with that one. 13 seconds left to go.
That's okay. When you see Hobbs in that press coverage, man-to-man, he took a shot.
Well, you're going to take one. That's a speed shot. What you really like to have is a 6'5" guy you just throw it up to.
Absolutely.
Because 6'5" beats 5'8" most times, and that's what you try to tell people. The corners in this league tend to be 5'8", 5'10". Not usually. You don't find the 6'1" guys, and I guarantee you the defensive backs for Hanover are not even 5'8". They got some small guys that way. There's a crosser. They got Thomas for a potential, and that'll get you close to field goal range.
Another injury, Coach.
That's what you're after. And boy, they're going down quite often for Hanover as they've got another player down. And with that, we'll take a short time out. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
It's a Union Health Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. With more than 24 certified athletic trainers, highly trained sports physicians, and top Union Medical Group orthopedic surgeons, Union Health Center for Sports Medicine has the team that can take care of you. Union Health Center for Sports Medicine experts care for more than 4,500 high school athletes at 13 high schools in Indiana and Illinois. From the serious athlete to the weekend warrior, our team can get you back in the game. Union Health Center for Sports Medicine. Find us in the Union Medical Group Bone and Joint Center at 1725 North 5th Street in Terre Haute. Now featuring same-day care and a Saturday walk-in clinic. Call 812-242-3005.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
9 seconds. Timeout is available for Rose-Hulman because they didn't even have to use that one. They should have used them.
Quick throw here, Coach. Like
Boom,
you said,
they
if you
set up.
call the timeout.
Throw the quick one to the outside, and does he catch it? He caught it. Timeout. 2 seconds left to go on the clock. In comes the field goal unit, and they'll take that shot. So we're going to keep that one potentially here. They may have a timeout. Yeah, they are. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back with the field goal.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
At A Plus Printing, we do it all. Screen printing, business printing and documents, printing for weddings and senior announcements, screen printing of hats, shirts, sports teams, and uniforms, promotional items of all kinds, including koozies and coffee mugs. You name it, A Plus can print it.
Here comes the field goal attempt. It'll be a 39-yarder officially. Pounds it, doesn't get out all of it. It's not going to go. Goes into the end zone. That'll be the half. We go to halftime. Score tied. Rose-Hulman 7, Hanover College 7, in what is a battle between two unbeatens in conference play in the HCAC. We'll come back for our halftime show here on Indiana Sports Network.
For the things you treasure and the people you love. Brian Sponsler and Ben Rice for auto, home, and life. H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network. It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. And again, it's 7-7 at halftime here. The Fighting Engineers and the Panthers from Hanover. And if you're looking at this on a really, really close game, it's 7-7 the score, but it's close in all kinds of different ways. First downs are even. Rushing attempts are pretty much even at 13 and 11. The rushing yards at 76 for Hanover, 46 for Rose-Hulman. Receptions 2 and 3. You're talking passing yards 24 and 61. They're just, you've got 2 touchdowns on the board, and nobody deserved to score another one because offensively they both got kind of shut down. And that's kind of surprising. I know Hanover's a little short-handed on a couple things, but they're playing very well. One interception has kind of changed the tune of how Rose-Hulman attacked, and that was because that was, the third play of the game for Rose-Hulman, and all of a sudden they threw the ball up and got it picked.
Both QBs with 7 attempts, looking at Dion at a 40% clip and Mr. Weimer at a 28% clip. So I know both coaching staffs would love to see that around that 60% mark, and we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Well, and you're also looking at a quarterback difference. Dion is going to stay more in the pocket, more roll out, and try to get the quick one off. And for Hanover, Matt Weimer is the athletic guy. He's running around, making people miss. And just a tough thing. Both of these teams have just battled it out here in the first part of the first half. And
Conan Weimer averaging basically 7 yards a pop on the ground. So I'm sure we'll see the Panthers continue to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, and you really never know exactly what's going on with both of them keeping it on the ground. You don't know if it's some kind of other issue. The secondaries on both teams have played very well. They're both doing a good job. The front lines have caused problems. There have been people in somebody's face every time they go to throw the football. But at the same time, somebody's going to have to move the football well enough to score it and see what's going to happen here.
Defensively, Rashard Brown's leading the Engineers in tackles, with Mr. Traber leading the Panthers in tackles for this first half.
Well, and again, these defensively, that's the way it's been in the first half as you're watching the dance team for Rose-Hulman on your screen. And it's nice to see everybody have an opportunity to do things, even performing at halftime, all those kinds of things. There's a huge tent set up in the south end zone. And, we can just see all kinds of stuff going on here. I mean, we're really looking at this one. There's Tent City behind us. If you've never been to a Rose-Hulman if you've never been to an actual Rose-Hulman homecoming, it's tense. And I tell other people, told my wife even, when we talk about homecoming at Rose-Hulman, it's not a normal homecoming. They literally recruit the student athletes and the students here at Rose-Hulman with the tents they have set up. So a lot of company tents of people trying to recruit people to come to work for them. There's ROTC. There's all kinds of different things going on, free food that was going on before the game, and you put all those things together, and it becomes a really nice atmosphere to watch a ball game. The crowd is packed in here on the home stands. Anyhow, the visitors brought a good crowd for a normal HCAC game as well, as you can see them across the way.
Do you have any idea in terms of the numbers here today? Maybe we're right around maybe 4 or 5 grand.
The actual site on our statistics page today says about 3,000.
Okay.
And so what you end up with, it's a little bit different to get into a ball game at Rose-Hulman. They don't have the ticket takers at the gates. There's no gates. If you walk in right in the places that you can come into the venue are roads and a bridge, and as you cross the bridges to come into the venue, that's where they have people set up to take your tickets. They also sell tickets online, so if you're going to come to a Rose-Hulman ball game, you can get those tickets online and scan those just like you do everywhere else that we're coming in, and the pandemic helped to push that through a little bit quicker, but yeah, that's what we're doing here. It's a great atmosphere, a great day. It's over 80 degrees, and we're seeing some of the effects of that on the football field. I think some of the injury issues may have been cramping or may have been something else that way. We won't know that, but I know those guys weren't down very long, and they came back a little bit later on into the ball game, and sometimes they hit induced cramp, which you can get. It's a little bit different than heat induced, and they'll be able to get back on the field pretty quick. A lot of contact today, like we've talked about earlier. A lot of extracurriculars are going on. The officials, Tom Benson, the head crew man for this set of officials, is going to have to do maybe a little bit better job of trying to patrol that one in the second half, and we'll see what happens that way.
If we keep a close ball game, they're going to definitely have to get that under control. I think we've seen 3 personal foul penalties, and those are the ones that they've called. We've had some talking going on all game, but as long as you keep it within the bounds of play, that's okay. You like to see the passion today.
And there's a lot of passion in what's going on with this football game. Again, both of these teams come in 1-0 in the HCAC. Both of them are 2-2 overall in their actual season record, and no one in the conference is really doing a bang-up job outside the conference. The conference didn't do as well outside the conference in playing. They did team up with the MIAA, the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association, to play a couple crossover games between the two conferences because they're similar and we're in a closer proximity. So we're seeing some of those crossover games that have taken place earlier on, and that'll continue to go on as well. And again, with these teams playing some upper-level D3 schools prior to conference, trying to get ready for this game. And when I say that,
some of the teams in the MIAA, Coach?
Olivet, Albion, and Hanover played Albion and Adrian.
Okay.
Both of those are very good teams in the MIAA. They were both picked in the upper level. Olivet right now is undefeated in the MIAA. I know they played a crossover game. So some of those teams in that conference are very similar. Trine, as Rose-Hulman beat Trine by just a point, or just just a point, 31-30 in their second ball game. Hope is also in the MIAA, and Hope was the Division III tournament representative for the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Conference the last time they had somebody going to the national playoffs. So those four teams, when I talk about those, actually, you put all those, there's 5 of them there. Those 5 teams traditionally have winning programs. I know my son coached in that league for several
Corey is a computer engineering major with minors in robotics, computer science, and German from Greenwood, Indiana.
So we're going to just turn it over.
An experience with FIRST Robotics in high school led Corey to Rose-Hulman, where he serves as vice president of RHA and is a second-year RA in Bloomberg Hall. Corey is escorted by Jordan Asman and JJ Lay. And the final member of the homecoming court is Lara Peters. Lara is a senior chemical engineering major from Lancaster, Ohio. She is involved in Alpha Omicron Pi, Rose Drama Club, Alpha Chi Sigma, and the Rose Cheer Team. Lara is escorted today by Isaac Friedman. And now it's time to meet the 2021 Homecoming King and Homecoming Queen. The homecoming queen is Cam Hudspeth. Cam is a senior mechanical engineering major from Noblesville, Indiana. He is the president of the Rose-Hulman Improv Club, has been in several drama club main stage productions, and is a member of Pi Kappa Alpha. Cam is also an RA and has been a counselor for different Rose-Hulman summer camps, including Operation Catapult and Engage. Cam is escorted today by Mackenzie Beasley. And the homecoming queen is Jordan Asman. Jordan is a senior mechanical engineering major with a minor in robotics from Cincinnati, Ohio. She is a resident assistant in Mies Hall, the on-campus chair of the Residence Hall Association, and the secretary for the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Jordan also serves as a campus tour guide. Jordan is escorted by Corey Snyder. Fans, give it up one more time for your homecoming court and your homecoming king and queen. Well, they didn't walk with the people they were supposed to. Oh well. No, the king and queen walked together. Yeah. Oh well. Alrighty. So these are good.
And you got to see the homecoming king and queen introduced into the crowd as we'll prepare with about 10 minutes left to go before we kick off for the second half. We'll pause and take a break. You're watching Rose-Hulman Homecoming Football on Indiana Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Chili's first because
Chili's
it's
the
like
star.
the star of it. And then cheese is just there to be like,
I'm gonna lift you up.
It would be nothing without the Fritos and the cheese.
And cheese is like the hype man.
Sonic Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap.
I got you.
Yeah.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. It's homecoming day, and Rose-Hulman taking on Hanover College, and these two teams are battling it out. If you're looking at just what's going on in and around the conference, you're talking about Rose-Hulman and Hanover being the game of the day. I mean, you really can look at everybody else that's playing and what's going on and kind of figure out what's happening. But Rose-Hulman is the team, and the day is going to be occupied by this one. And as we look down through here, again, at Manchester, Defiance is at Manchester, Bluffton is at Anderson, and when we continue on with this, Franklin is out at Mount St. Joe. And you take all those other games away, the only one that's really going to make the big difference in conference standings is the Rose-Hulman Hanover game. Mount St. Joe is undefeated. They are 2-2 on the season. Hanover is 2-2. Rose-Hulman 2-2. Manchester with the surprise upset win last week over Franklin is 1-0 in a conference. They're 1-3 overall, and Franklin is 2-2 in the conference. Bluffton 1-3 overall, and Anderson and Defiance have yet to win a ball game. So just early into this season, getting these two teams to square off in this one is quite a thing. So what are we looking at here at halftime for us, Brock?
Yeah, before the game, Coach, we talked about Andrew Dion looking to set the career passing yards record at Rose. He had 407 to get there. We're at about 24 today, so Andrew's going to have to wait till a little bit later on in the season, and I'm sure he'll get that before the season is over. But today, so far, only 24 yards passing for Andrew Dion, which is pretty surprising.
Well, it is, but at the same time, he's not really worried about the passing record, nor is he worried about the touchdown record. He's worried about giving an opportunity to win the ball game, because this ball game gives the opportunity for things to really be pushed forward for a conference championship. And,
sure,
and that's what everybody's after.
Sure, but you're concerned when you're 3 for 7. I assume as a head coach, when your quarterback's 3 for 7, you're not feeling real confident about that.
Well, and you have the one pick, and that's an emotional letdown right away. So normally Rose-Hulman has been the team that runs the real quick screen game and those kinds of things. We haven't seen that today.
Sure.
And I don't know if it's the lack of blocking things going on or just the defensive pressure that Hanover's giving them and the opportunity to play this one. But we haven't seen that quick screen game. We haven't seen those kinds of things. And so putting that all together, you want to move the football and move it very effectively. And so far, Rose-Hulman has just not been that way. And you can credit Hanover for that. And the same thing, Hanover hasn't moved the ball on the ground the way they normally have because of Rose-Hulman.
Yes.
So it's two pretty equally matched teams right now, and it's going to be a slugfest here in the second half.
Weimer's at 61 yards on the day, 2 for 7. I think the vast majority of that came on the one play.
Yeah.
And Weimer's had some plays open downfield. The engineers are feeling good that he missed some of those deeper throws.
Well, that was in the early, I think about the early 2 possessions.
Yep.
And if I remember right, had a guy wide open at the goal line and missed him.
Yep.
And, those kinds of things come back to haunt you in ball games like this.
And also in Andrew's defense, he had a touchdown earlier.
Yeah, dropped.
I think Adam Tyson Lou, he was just thinking about scoring. Sometimes you get in that mindset, hey, you see it, like out on the field at receiver, hey, I'm wide open. There's nobody over the top. When I catch this, I'm going to score. I think he probably just was thinking about scoring. You got to catch it first.
He had a really nice route. He released inside, went vertical, and then stuck the post, and the defender went down. And he stuck the ball right in his chest and just missed it.
And in his defense, he has caught his other two or three passes. I think, I guess we have the stats right here in terms of receiving.
The
stats that we were looking at online, Coach.
Yeah, are different than these, aren't they?
They certainly are.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm trying.
That's okay. So in this one, Ty Salou has been targeted 3 times. He has 2 catches. Again, Noah Thomas with 3 for 30 yards. The numbers are a lot different.
Yeah, and I apologize to Dion and Weimer that the stats that we were looking at were far different than these. So Weimer is actually 4 for 9 for 101 yards. Andrew is 9 for 16 for 102 yards. Those numbers weren't adding up to me that we saw live from their website. Now that makes a little bit more sense.
So as we prepare for this one, again, we're looking at an outstanding ball game in the second half. It's a tie score 7-7, and we'll bring you all the action after we pause for a break. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
At A+ Printing, we do it all. Screen printing, business printing and documents, printing for weddings and senior announcements, screen printing of hats, shirts, sports teams, and uniforms, promotional items of all kinds, including koozies and coffee mugs. You name it, A+ can print it. A+ Printing in Brazil. For the things you treasure and the people you love. Brian Sponsler and Ben Rice for Auto, Home, and Life. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Paid much. And welcome back to Rose-Hulman as we prepare for the second half and gathering the teams over. And you'll be able to see Hanover come into your screen in just a second as these guys hit the sideline. Rose-Hulman's all ready to go here. Tackle leaders for Rose-Hulman, Riley Roberts. There's the guy.
Heck of a game so far.
Just great.
Incredible
Came off
game.
the edge. He's getting the sacks because they're blitzing him off the edge.
Sure.
Is what's going on.
Bringing
and he's
him in the
avoiding
pressure.
that tackle. You saw him go airborne one time, almost have a chance to make it, and he misses him.
Yeah.
That's one of those where they forced the quarterback for Hanover to sometimes run for his life. And he's good at running the football, Matt Weimer is, but he's not able to settle himself and pick up the big throws. That's why we're seeing guys open downfield, but he hasn't been able to settle himself mentally because Rose-Hulman's taking him out of what he wants to do. He can't just sit back there and throw.
Absolutely.
So a good opportunity. Rose-Hulman's going to gain the football here off the kickoff. They're setting up in that kickoff return. And Hanover will be able to kick it off for Hanover. Jaden Vandesal, the sophomore from Butlerville, is going to kick it off for Hanover. Deep for Rose-Hulman. The kickoff returners are Jalen Hobbs and Daniel Huey.
I don't know if I'm kicking it to them, Coach.
Well, the last time they did, it was a 60-yard return.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I kick it to them either.
Try to dribble it there at the 20.
Both of them, both of those guys, they've got wiggle and moves and speed, and they're dangerous players. And that's one of the things we talked about a little bit, even off the air. Both of them sophomores have an opportunity to really put their stamp here in Rose-Hulman. And the kick is deep. And again, down towards the 3-yard line. Those are great kicks for D3. I'm telling you, they pounded in there, and they got him pinned in at about the 22-yard line, and that's where Rose-Hulman will take over when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Now, several opportunities have been running the jet sweep. They don't this time. They're going to give the ball to Welchins, and they're going to power it in there. And Welchins does a really nice job in picking his holes and finding it. And there's a penalty flag clearing the other side. Do we have too many people?
Yep, 12 men on the field, Coach.
And they played with them. That's a big penalty. man down in the process. We're going to see what the penalty flag is here if they're going to do anything with it first.
They were rushing Jayon Ken off the field. I think Andrew saw that and snapped the ball quickly to get the 12-man on the field.
But it's not participation. So if it's not participation, it's only 5.
Okay.
And they still may take the penalty. Because that gets you a jump start. We're going to pause, take a quick break. You're watching Rose-Hulman football.
It's a Union Health Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. The Wabash Valley's biggest and best sports medicine team now offers a Saturday morning walk-in injury clinic every Saturday morning in September and October from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Union Health Bone and Joint Center, 1725 North 5th Street in Terre Haute. Union Medical Group sports medicine doctors Eric Pickrell, MD, and Andy McDonald, MD, will be on hand to evaluate and treat minor injuries, including sprains and strains, suspected concussions, and more. Let the Wabash Valley sports medicine experts help get you back in the game.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And Ryan Easterday comes limping off. He is limping, but he walked off. He hopped up and walked off the field, and you could tell he's trying to get himself mentally prepared to go see if he can go back in. 3 receivers at the top of the screen. Dion is the quarterback. Pump. They went to slant and go. They've got him up there, and he just dropped the football. Opportunity was there.
Andrew.
That was a good throw.
Great placement.
Good throw. Slant and go. Receiver Tice Salou with the move, and he got himself open enough that the ball was dropped in there pretty close, and Adam couldn't pull it in.
Kiefer Askew, the senior out of Warner Robins, Georgia, with some pretty good coverage there as well. It looks like they like to man up here on the outside sometimes on that short side of the field, Coach King.
Yeah, they do. It's a 4-2-5 defensive front. They pull both the guard and the H-back, and as they bring it around, they'll pick up about 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 2. And they really need to make it 3rd and 1. They really need to do a nice job in picking up this first down. They've had opportunities. They need to keep this drive alive if you're Rose-Hulman and see if you can just systematically get the football down the field.
Yeah, so far today we've not seen a lot of sustained drives. So that's just a big 80-yard drive to start the second half.
Everybody's been going for the big play opportunity instead of let's just power this football, and there's Dion. See, that's 5-6 yards, and there's no one there. You've got extra blockers. If you make the quarterback the runner, the problem is you don't want to get him beat up. But, at a certain point, you're going to have to risk him, and especially we get close to the fourth quarter and it's like this, you're going to have to risk him and drive this football. 2 receivers, top and bottom. They got the rollout. There's the hitch. He's got him open, picks it up, and there he goes, Noah Thomas. That's why they got Noah Thomas. And a nice catch and a great run. And they're across the 50-yard line. Ball's placed at the 38. Noah Thomas has been the big play guy for Rose-Hulman. You throw him on a hitch and you think there's nothing going to happen. And then all of a sudden, here it comes.
Yeah, he almost got loose there, Coach. He had one to go, and he was going to go. Number 21 appears to be coming out of the game for Hanover here.
Yep, they're actively taking him off the field.
Jamie Deckard.
And now they're going to have to move some people around for Hanover. So that's one of those where they see he's on there and they're like, you can't be on there. That's a injury situation. And they pulled him. And you can see he is really upset. Looking at the Jet. They get it. They had big yardage on the Jet in the first half. He's going to pick up some yards there, too. That's a good run. They'll pick up 4. Make it 5. They'll give him 5 yards on that one. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Caleb Brewster on the tackle for the Panthers.
Wait till they throw a counter or some kind of counter pass off of that Jet motion.
Brody and Luker and defensive lineman Jay and Kent led the Panthers in tackles in this first half with 4 apiece.
Play action, got a man down the middle, and he got it picked.
What a one-handed interception there by number 4, Kyle Traber.
Traber with that one, hauled down by the quarterback Dion, but huge turnover will give the Panthers the ball, 1st and 10 from the 38 when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Hanover with the football off the huge big play change. 1st and 10 from the 38. Weimer's got a man down the middle. He's got a safety to beat, and he throws another touchdown pass. A 38-yard bomb hits him right at the 2, and he runs it into the end zone for that touchdown. And for Hanover, it's number 11. That's Hunter Eads, one of their leading receivers, their leading receiver on the season, as he pulls that one in.
That was a great throw there by Weimer, coach. Put it where it needed to be. A great spiral. Looked like it came out of a jugs machine.
And I'll tell you what, the safety was just there a hair late, couldn't get his hands on that one. Kick is up, and that extra point is good. It's 14-7, Hanover with the lead when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And for Rose-Hulman, they need to find a way to answer this one quite quickly. And it can be a drive. That's the one thing. But those big turnovers, and immediately that turnover causes a touchdown for Hanover.
And both Hanover touchdowns came on explosive plays. I believe that first one was maybe a 51-yarder to Jared Frank, and I think that one was every bit of, 60, Coach?
Well, it was 38.
38.
38, but he was throwing it with pressure, and he just got it up before he got nailed. And he was on the ground knowing he scored. So, I mean, that's a quarterback standing in there, taking the shot, giving him an opportunity. Rose-Hulman with lots of pressure. They're just going to have to cover it up just a little bit tighter and make sure they can get their hands on it. They haven't had their hands on footballs to intercept them. Kickoff goes deep. Hobbs with it down at the 5. Makes a nice move, picks it up in there, and doesn't have a seam. Rose-Hulman will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 25. So Rose-Hulman takes possession of the football and desperately needs to answer that quick score by Hanover. 12:25 left to go here in the third period. A lot of time left, a lot of football to be played. But, boy, when you get that quick strike capability and have an opportunity to score it makes a huge difference on you. Inside, no, they're going to run. Dion has got a man on the outs, picked it up. Nice throw, good completion, and a first down for Rose-Hulman.
Great route there by Yuri, Coach.
Yeah, Yuri with another great catch and a really good route as he picked that one up, made great space available to throw the football, had his corner turned completely around, and Yuri can really run. 3 receivers here to the bottom of the screen, trips formation. Andrew Dion takes that one. He'll hand the ball inside, and they'll run it again. And Welchins over the right side. He'll pick up 2. So Shane Welchins, again, the workhorse for Rose-Hulman on this one, as the Fighting Engineers desperately need to drive this football down the field and put it in the end zone. They find themselves down 14-7. Dion on the quick slant, and Tice Salou has it broken up. He was there, but again, they're trying to pick on number 10 for Hanover, and that's Askew, a senior from Warner Robins, Georgia, and he's been up to the task almost the entire day. And when he did get beat, they didn't catch the ball.
No.
So he's been the main guy. He's the one-on-one player. He's on the short side of the field, and they continue to try to pick on him, but they haven't been able to get a lot of yardage on the senior from Georgia.
Yeah, Kiefer's comfortable on this island down here by himself, Coach.
Dion had it slapped away. The ball's loose and picked up by Hanover. First down for the Panthers. Dion lost the fumble, and Hanover with the ball almost in the same spot as the last turnover. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back with Hanover and the football.
It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Hanover with the football. They'll throw it to Cone on the outside. Quick screen to the edge. He makes one man miss. He'll pick up about 5 yards.
Weimer's pass complete to number 22, Sean Cone.
Sean Cone with that reception. And Weimer with the actual throw. And again, just trying to move the football as Hanover off of another turnover for Rose-Hulman, giving them great field position. The first one was at the 38. This one was at the 34 is what they're going to say. Inside is Cone. He goes nowhere. That's one thing that Rose-Hulman's done a nice job. When Cone has just run the football, they've done a really nice job in just slowing him way down. He hasn't hit the open seams hardly at all today.
And that'll bring up another third down.
So it's 3rd and 4 for Rose-Hulman to try to stop Hanover on this drive. Big 3rd down play off of a turnover. Motion across. They're showing cover 1 or cover 0. Inside, and they broke the seam. Touchdown, Hanover. A really nice run by number 34 for Hanover. And again, that's Walt Ballinger, a running back from Beech Grove, Indiana, a senior from Beech Grove. And he's been in and out of the ball game all day today. And a nice run on his part. And Rose-Hulman wasn't there to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Kick is up. And it's good, and it's 21-7. Hanover with a 2-touchdown lead over Rose-Hulman. We'll return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Ballinger on that touchdown run really wasn't touched. That's the only time that Hanover's been able to put the ball in an open field setting for a running back. Cone has had a hard time running the football. Ballinger's had a hard time running the football. And all of a sudden they hit that seam and he was gone.
Yeah, the engineers could really use a play here by Hobbs or Hurry, Coach.
Rose-Hulman needs that big play. We'll see if they can get it. And deep for Rose-Hulman. We'll see which one gets it. They're going to kick it again to Hobbs.
He's got some.
He had a seam, but it closed very quickly. Ball gets up up at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Rose-Hulman.
Another great play there by Ballinger. You love to see that, Coach. Run for the touchdown, get on special teams, make the play on a really athletic player. You love to see that.
Playing very hard. Rose-Hulman now, again with the ball at the 29-yard line. And trying to move the football down the field.
Again, Keeper Askew down here, short side of the field. Looks manned up against Adam Tice-Slew.
Play actually got a man deep, and he caught the football. Tice Salou catches one there, and he's got a nice big gain for about 25 yards. He'll pick up the ball at the 45-yard line in Hanover territory. So Tice Salou, and he just about took that one. Just about took it all the way. Dion, he'll hand the football inside run. Pick up about 3 yards for Ruperta. Grant Ruperta, the sophomore from Sherman, Illinois. 2nd and 7. They gave him 3. Tice Salou has been the one that they've kind of isolated one-on-one. Dion rolling out. There's the hitch. He's got him on the edge. Go forward. Picks up the first down.
Dion's pass complete to number 4, Jalen Hobbs. Down to the 30.
Hobbs with the reception and another nice play.
Andrew's been throwing really well, rolling out to his left today, Coach. Usually those righties, they would prefer to roll to their right, but getting Andrew out there on the left side of the field, he's made some great throws.
Well, it's those little hitch with the corner route over the top of it has really done a nice job. It's almost like a run play for him. Oh, here comes the reverse.
To Thomas. Dion made a career decision there, a little business decision by Andrew. You don't hate it. It's a long season.
Noah Thomas with that reverse, and you're right. You're looking at the quarterback. Is he going to hit the big guy? He just got in his way and kind of made a little shimmy run, got him off of the runner. It'll be 2nd and 8. Ball placed at the 32. Ruperta has to block somebody. Quick throw, get it to the edge, and he'll pick up yardage. That's a good play because there were a lot of people in everybody's face on that one.
Catch by his number 7, Alex Gressok, out of Maryland. We got another state represented here on offense. We got a player down for Hanover, number 0, Devin Cobb, out of Columbus, Ohio. I don't know if he's cramping. I think he's cramping up, Coach.
That looks like the cramp, and it looks like it's starting to happen that way. We'll pause and take a quick break. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sports Network.
It's a Union Health Center for Sports Medicine injury timeout. The Wabash Valley's biggest and best sports medicine team now offers a Saturday morning walk-in injury clinic every Saturday morning in September and October from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Union Health Bone and Joint Center, 1725 North 5th Street in Terre Haute. Union Medical Group sports medicine doctors Eric Pickrell, MD, and Andy McDonald, MD, will be on hand to evaluate and treat minor injuries, including sprains and strains, suspected concussions, and more. Let the Wabash Valley sports medicine experts help get you back in the game.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
We want to thank our sponsors for today's game: A-Plus Printing, Goshen H&R Block, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, Sponsler Insurance, Sonic Drive-In, York Automotive. And York Automotive is a transportation specialist we use here at Indiana Sports Network, and they have locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Rose-Hulman with the football. Dion, he'll take the ball over to the left side, trying to pick up the first down yardage. He'll pick up 3 this time. They ran that same basic play on 4th and 1 twice and picked up 5 to 7 yards. They ran it there on 3rd and 4 and picked up 2. It'll be 4th and 2, and they desperately need this one. I don't know if they'll go back to the well one more time or not, but they picked up anywhere from 2 to 6 yards, and it's tough for Rose-Hulman. They need to pick up this first down. There's trips to the top of your screen. Ruperta in the backfield next to Dion.
High safeties for the Panthers, Coach.
Quick speed option, pitched it out there. Ruperta's going to turn the corner. He'll get the first down. I believe it's close. Did he get to the next yard line? He had stretched the ball out, and they gave him the first down. So it'll be first down, Rose-Hulman. And that's really not a bad play, because you've got an opportunity to do things, and they've got another man down, I believe. Let's see what we've got. Somebody coming over, and it's on the sideline. I mean, it's about every third play they've got a man down, and this one is, again, they're running out of players over for Hanover on the defensive side. They're going to have to keep putting people in. So with that, we'll take another quick timeout, a regular one at that, and you're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
I think turnovers are now 3-0.
Union Health offers the convenience you need and the care you trust at 2 convenient care locations in Terre Haute, downtown at 221 South 6th Street, and on the east side at Sycamore Terrace Plaza off of State Road 46. Downtown location open Monday through Friday 8 to 8, Saturday 9 to 3, Sunday 1 to 5. East side open Monday through Friday 8 to 8, and Saturday 9 to 6. And you never need an appointment. Have a minor illness or injury that just can't wait? Choose convenient care from Union Health.
Rose-Hulman with the football. Handed in, Ruperta on the left side. He's got good yardage and good run right up the middle, and a 10-yard run.
Big run by number 6, Grant Ruperta.
Grant Ruperta with a huge run right up the middle. Broke 2 tackles, kept his shoulders square, center of gravity low, and he just powered that thing towards the goal line.
The Engineers need 7 here, Coach. They don't need to settle for 3. That's not going to work today, I don't think.
I don't think they're ever going to settle for 3 in this one. Again, Ruperta on the left side. He's got a clear open path to the end zone. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman. They cut into that lead. Lead was 14. It's now down to 8. And Grant Ruperta and that offensive line of the Schmeltz, Easterday, Gibson, Pearson, and Sturgeon plowing the way in. They've tended to get major yardage, I would say, on the right side, but in that series, it was both sides. They ran the ball very well.
The Engineers needed that, Coach. They didn't want to give the ball back to the Panthers down 21-7 without any points.
Kick is up, and they needed that one. It's now 21-14, Hanover with the lead, and we'll return for more action here from Rose-Hulman.
71 yards, taking up 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman will tee it up for the kickoff. Brett Tuttle, the senior from Jerseyville, Illinois, will handle the kickoff duties. He also handles the holder on the extra point, which is kind of different because Jonathan Oliger, the 5'11" player from Mount Zion, Illinois, has been the kicker on that. But, again, handling the big job is Tuttle as he'll pound this one towards the end zone.
Austin Opel and Cody Horner back to return for the Panthers.
It's a fair catch. He'll bring it back out. And with that one, they'll try to avoid somebody getting hurt in the process. So Hanover with the football, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the 25. You can do that in college football. You call the fair catch, and they'll move it back out to the 25-yard line.
Okay, no matter what.
No matter what.
Okay.
So that's a rule change to allow non-contact football to be played at the collegiate level. They also do it in the pros, too. So pretty smart thing to do that way. And the other one that it reduces is you don't have a hold that's going to give you bad field position. You're guaranteed to get the ball to the 25-yard line, and there's usually not a penalty on that.
Sure.
Motion, hand the ball. Here comes Cone on the right-hand side. He'll make the cut. He'll pick up 2 or 3 yards.
Run by number 22, Sean Cone.
It'll be 2nd and 7.
Tackle there by number 33, Michael Stevens for the Engineers.
And Stevens again and making play after play after play.
The tackle made by number 5.
Had 3 total tackles in the first half, and I think he has a handful in the second half now.
Bowen in on that tackle as well as they're giving him credit over the loudspeaker, Kaiser Bowen. Motion, back across. Inside run, they got a seam. That was the seam they had, and they closed very quickly that time. That was the seam for the last touchdown, and this time they closed that one.
Tackle there by Stevens again.
Stevens making plays all over the place for Rose-Hulman. Here comes the extra rusher off the edge. It's 3rd and 6, anticipating a pass for Hanover. And Hanover's been very good at running the clock down. They're not letting people speed this game up. They want to slow it down.
They're not in a hurry, Coach. A lot of noise here. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
4, 3, 2. He gets it off just before the play clock.
Wheel route.
Blitz. They got a man down the sideline, missed him again. All it was pressure. Rose-Hulman gave the pressure, and Weimer couldn't stick the ball in the receiver's hand. He was open, and they couldn't get it, and that was just because of the pressure dealt by the front of Rose-Hulman. A 3 and out off of this kickoff. That's a huge deal for the Fighting Engineers. And Hobbs will step back to receive the punt.
Looking for Hunter Eads there on the wheel route again, Coach.
He had him, too. He was open.
Oh, yeah.
They get people through. Punts up. That's a beauty. Got it to turn. Bounced the wrong
Great
way.
Bounce for the Engineers.
Engineers pick up the bounce, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Hury with the motion, but they give the ball straight up the middle, and I mean Rose-Hulman had just gashed the inside part of that Hanover defense. And Welchins, the recipient of the run. Shane Welchins, again, powerful, strong, tough runner, and he hasn't had to play the whole ball game. They rotate 2 guys in. They give him some breather. He's ready to go.
Coach, we discussed before the game with the COVID issues. I think we're seeing the Panthers wearing down right now. They've got the lead, obviously, but, we've seen so many players go down for the Panthers today, and the boys are starting to look a little bit tired. So hopefully Rose can take advantage of that.
Dion couldn't connect on the corner route. It was potentially open. He threw the ball, and the ball was caught, but it was 2 yards out of bounds.
It was at the warning track.
They kept the hitch covered that time.
Yep.
Still looking at that 4-2-5 defense.
And we still haven't seen that shot to Noah Thomas you called for earlier, Coach. You wonder when that will happen.
Nice run inside. Welchins, huge play. Picks up 11 yards on the run. And Shane Welchins just made mincemeat out of the outside linebacker. He thought he was going outside, put his foot in the ground, made the cut inside of him, and caused all kinds of havoc. And there's nobody playing corner on the other side. Here he comes.
So instead of Tice Lou on the outside, now we have Noah Thomas on the island with number 10. We saw this earlier. You called for a shot, and I think we're going to see it soon. Maybe a hitch and go or something like that.
Here comes outside Hury, picks up about 4 on the nice little quick screen. And that's Rose-Hulman's game, is those quick little screens. Make sure you get a good block by the outside receiver, not hold, just keep it in the framework, move him inside or outside, and pick up yardage off of that throw.
Just an extension of the run game, right, Coach?
That is. Inside, here we go. Welchins. No, Dion with the roll. He's got a man open, and a nice throw on the outside. Hury again with that out, and he does such a nice job in making space because he makes you believe he's going the other direction, and one of these days he will, and he'll be vertical over the middle. Right now, Hanover still playing a basic, it's not cover 2, but it looks like cover 2, so they have a high safety over the top on that, so he's going to take the out every time. Again, 3 receivers are going to hand the ball to the edge, and they're not going anywhere on that one. He's going to pick up no yards. No gain on that one as the number 6 carries the ball again, Grant Ruperta.
Tackled there by number 54, Sherman Davis, the freshman, again out of Rockmart, Georgia. So like you mentioned earlier, Coach, several starters from Georgia for Hanover.
Timeout on the field. Let's see if it's actually a timeout or if it's a player issue. It's another player issue. They're going to walk him off. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back with more action here from Rose-Hulman.
At York Automotive, we're not number one, you are. With 5 locations, 8 brands, and over 700 vehicles in stock, we have the right vehicle for you. Lots of vehicles, lots of savings. Markdowns online and on the lot. Plus, we will buy your car even if you don't buy ours. Shop online at yorkautomotive.com. Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process.
Rose-Hulman with the football. Inside. They'll go for another run. They'll pick up about 3 yards on that run up the middle. Raperta, again, the back, gets the ball to the 20-yard line. Another time they're in that red zone. They've got the ball over the 20.
Kyle Traber out of Mishawaka, Indiana on the play.
And Traber is that all-conference linebacker for Hanover.
4 tackles in the first half.
3rd and 7. Here comes the blitz package. They're rushing off the edge. He's got a man in the corner of the end zone. He didn't get it there quick enough. Had him open and couldn't get the ball to Hury. And he was open. He's got to get that ball up a lot quicker.
Well, and you just want to see Andrew give his players a chance to make a play. Right now, sometimes we've seen these plays over on the warning track, and if they make a play, they're 3 yards out of bounds. So you don't want to see an interception, but your playmakers need some space, and you got to let them do what they do.
Field goal attempt for Rose-Hulman. And again, Tuttle holding. Oliger going to try this one from 37 yards. Gets this one up. This one he got through. 37-yard field goal is good. Closes that lead. It's 21-17. Hanover with the lead after that field goal by Jonathan Oliger. We'll return for more here on Indiana Sports Network.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us every step of the way. The mortgage, closing, they eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Ben Tuttle will tee it up, and again, he does the major kicking duties, the big, long boots, and the senior can just pound this when he's getting it down inside the 5 this whole ball game. He's really done a nice job. He tees it up, getting ready to go.
Opal and Horner back to return again for the Panthers. With the fair catch, take it to the 25.
So fair catch, ball at the 25, and Hanover will take over with it. And again, Hanover did not move the football the last series. It was a 3-and-out. Rose-Hulman's defense has risen to the occasion. The difference in the ball game right now, 3 turnovers for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, if those 3 turnovers don't happen, Coach, it's a different ball game. The Engineers may be winning right now. The last 6 minutes, though, we've seen Rose-Hulman move the ball better than they have all day. You just start to wonder. You mentioned some lack of players today for Hanover, and you wonder if that's starting to kind of kick in.
Inside run, it's Cone. He gets hammered, but just runs through the tackle and picks up 3 yards.
Met there by number 55 for the Engineers. Joseph Bueno, or 56 Pete Cross?
It's Pete Cross from Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Coach, you mentioned these jerseys were hard to read on the side, and I thought maybe it was because you're like 50 or whatever that you can't see it, but no, it is difficult to see.
Cone again with the run, and I mean a head-to-head just annihilation tackle right time.
Chaiku Sao, he has played a ball game. Coach, he had 5 tackles in the first half. He's had another 2 or 3 here in the second half. Chaiku's looking to get double-digit tackles for the day.
Really athletic player and a huge hit there. It's 3rd down, and you can tell now the fans for Rose-Hulman are starting getting into the ball game.
Stadium's coming alive, Coach.
getting ready for this one. About 3,000 on hand here is what they're saying. A minute left to go in the third period. 7 seconds on the play clock.
And what's big, unless they haven't reset that, Coach, Hanover has used 2 timeouts already.
Pass, they got it. That's the first down. No, it looks like he's short. He is short. It's going to be 4th down.
Yep.
He did not get that ball over the line. He set up short, and it'll be 4th and 1. We'll see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I think you got a punt here, Coach. This is risky territory.
You have the lead, and I'm guaranteeing you Rose-Hulman's bringing the house.
Yeah, they're going to punt.
Here comes their big guys. Don't even think about it. It's not punt.
Just kidding.
Here comes the big dudes. I'm telling you, it's
QB
the big
sneak,
ones. Here you go.
Sneak, go, Stevens, right up the middle. Here they come. Don't jump.
Did they push him back? I don't know. Oh, they called timeout before the play ran. So timeout, Rose-Hulman. We'll come back and do this all over again on 4th and 1. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on Indiana Sportsnet.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
At A Plus Printing, we do it all. Screen printing, business printing and documents, printing for weddings and senior announcements, screen printing of hats, shirts, sports teams, and uniforms, promotional items of all kinds, including koozies and coffee mugs. You name it, A Plus can print it. A Plus Printing in Brazil. For the things you treasure and the people you love. Brian Sponsler and Ben Rice for Auto, Home, and Life.
They're sneaking it again.
Cone ran clear out, full eye. They're going to hand the ball off. Tackle, he's got him in the backfield. Huge play for Rose-Hulman. Number 5, that's Kaiser Bowen with the hit. Rose-Hulman will take over on downs. Wow. And you take your best back, which in this case is Cone, and they put him out at a wide receiver, and they were in the full eye, moved him out, and all of a sudden, that back got lit. Ballinger just didn't go anywhere, and he lost a yard, and Rose-Hulman ends up with the football 1st and 10 from the 34. Best field position of the day.
Before that timeout, Coach, I thought they were going to sneak it again. Quick throw out. Oh, good
Just
catch.
about got it, but
Hury dropped that one.
Hury out of bounds at the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the pass. Just got to make that pass just a little easier.
Forced out of bounds by number 6, Jamon Fanning.
That's the end of the third period of play. It's 21-17, Hanover with the football and Rose-Hulman driving when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman with the football, 2nd and 11. Ball rests at the 39-yard line. Rose trails by 4. Dion in the backfield. Looks to Welchins. Has a man. Dion with the moves up the middle. He'll pick up about 4 yards. Tried to throw the slant. It was covered.
Very elusive run there by Andrew Dion.
Ball's held kind of loosely there. He lost a fumble earlier in the ball game, but he's got that opportunity. 3 receivers now into the ball game, pure spread.
They're cheating the one safety over the top to the 3 and then just kind of playing another one over the top, Coach.
Quick slant. He's got a man open, picks up the first down.
Catch there by Noah Thomas.
Right at the sticks. Who else would you want to throw it to?
First down.
Noah Thomas, leading receiver in Rose-Hulman history, and he is still on the field, making catches and the big time. Like I said, I'm waiting for him to go deep, and they just haven't done it with him.
You know what? He runs the 100, 200, all the sprints in track?
He runs some, and again,
Okay.
it's different running track in the collegiate aspect than what it is in high school. You usually
focus on one
thing.
Yep.
And they're going to call illegal procedure. Quick move by Rose-Hulman's line, and that will move it back. They'll move it back 5. First and 15. Ball rests at the 28-yard line. Again, another classic move for Rose-Hulman. They have an opportunity. Huge play defensively. Stops a 4th and 1. This could be the tide turner of the game. Inside run by Welchins. He'll pick up 4 yards.
The run by number 1, Shane Welchins.
It'll be 2nd and 11.
Tackle made by number 2.
Tackle made by number 2, Caleb Brewster for the Panthers.
And again, an opportunity. Rose-Hulman just pounding it down here. You need to put this one in the end zone. You got to score a touchdown here sometime. A field goal is going to put them within 1. But it's not going to give them the lead, and they desperately want to get that one. 3 turnovers for Rose-Hulman in the football game. None for Hanover. Inside. Nope. Dion on the edge. He's got him in. He went for the goal line. Oh, that should be a flag.
That's a PI. It's right in front of him, too.
And they pulled him down, and they didn't get the call.
Move on to the next one, but that's tough there.
Coverage on the play by number 6, Jamon Fanning.
And so Rose-Hulman will take another shot. It's 3rd and 11. So 3rd down and 11. Went for the shot in the end zone.
What do you think, Coach, if
that play worked very well the play before where they had the guy on the out, and he threw it in the end zone because he had one-on-one coverage.
Think they kick the field goal if they don't get the first down here?
They may take the shot at it, yeah, but if they move the ball forward, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
The issue is they're going to have to move the football forward. Back out of the backfield, got a man down the middle, got the pass caught, 1st down, and inside, and should be an opportunity. There's a flag on the play, so we'll see what happens here as well. Yep. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Unsportsmanlike targeting. That's going to set somebody out. So we have an ejection on the targeting call because his head was down. Rose-Hulman will have the ball half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. That'll put the ball inside at the 5-yard line.
That'll be another engineer. 1st down.
So out of the ball game comes their best cover corner. Number 10 is gone.
You hate to see that, Coach. Keeper Askew is out for the final 12 minutes and 30 seconds of this ball game.
And with Askew out of the ball game, that gives Rose-Hulman a huge advantage late in the ball game here with the throws. And they went for it right there, and that's not the time to go probably. In the open field is probably a better opportunity. They did go for it. That was a smart move, though. Give him the shot to go for it. It'll be 2nd down. Ball rests at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. And again, Rose-Hulman has an opportunity to take the lead if they can stick this one in the end zone.
The only thing, whenever you don't complete that, Coach, you just like to see that clock keep ticking.
Welch's inside, and he's got a seam, but he just gets wrapped up there. He's going to pick up about 2. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 3.
Brought down by a 55, Jaylene Santos out of Warner Robins, Georgia.
Just about had it taken care of there. The one guard just didn't hold off on his block in what was going on. Just got to Welchins. Motion, calling for it. Gets the motion across. Inside, nope. Dion, he's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Rose-Hulman.
Down Hobbs.
Rose-Hulman with the touchdown. Hobbs on the reception for the score. And I'll tell you what, that play, they've gone over and over and over to that play. It's a great play for him. If Dion is just patient enough, he threw the one in the end zone earlier on the same exact play, but that route has just stopped Hanover. They have not covered it well. If he just takes the out, it's about 10 yards a clip. That one gives you a touchdown. Extra points good. It is now Rose-Hulman 24, Hanover 21. We'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman takes the lead here with 11:47 left to go in the fourth quarter. And I think the huge advantage is going to be later on with the corner for Hanover being taken out of the ball game on the targeting call, because when Askew goes out of the ball game, he has played such a vital role in that one-on-one.
Yep.
He's got the
short side corner.
Short side, you're on your own.
Yep.
It's called a yo-yo corner, and that's what they call it, a yo-yo corner, and he's on his own. Nice kick, gets it down. It's going to bounce. Picked up at the 10.
Austin Opal on the return. Uh-oh.
Missed tackle, and there's a good one. He gets one at about the 34-yard line, and that's where Hanover will pick up with the football when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Patty,
100%.
Patty, Patty. The flavor, the way they cook it, the way they season it, the way that it's made. Queso burger.
H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year.
Hanover with the football, 1st and 10, ball to 34. Running inside, and they'll pick it up, and again, Rose-Hulman with stout defense on the run. Ballinger can't go anywhere.
Met there by number 42, Connor Shuttle from Oswego, Illinois.
So Schulte with that tackle does a nice job. 2nd and 11.
Chaiku also there too. Chaiku Sao has been all over the field tonight, Coach. Or
he
today.
has. He just plays so hard.
And a junior. You love to see him coming back next year.
Rose-Hulman with only 2 starting seniors on their defensive unit.
You love to see that. It instills a lot of confidence as a coach.
Play action pass. Did he get it in? No, he's out of bounds. Now, the rule is that his foot has to come down in bounds. You can ride him out. The old rules were it's a catch.
Huge third down here for the Engineers and for the Panthers.
3rd and 11. And Rose-Hulman fans are on their feet. Huge ball game. Huge implication for the conference lead and conference title. Rose-Hulman with the lead and a huge third down for Hanover. They need the first. Single coverage up top. Blitz. They had him. They missed him. Did they get him? They got him down. They missed him in the backfield for a 5 to 7 yard loss, and immediately he moves forward. I thought he was going to pick up the first down on the run. They tripped him up.
Tyler Smith with the shoestring tackle from Spring, Texas. What a play by Tyler Smith. Weimer had a lot of ground in front of him had he not been brought down there, Coach.
And you can see just the enthusiasm and the ability for Rose-Hulman to really get after this thing. They've really done a great job after the potential to have things go all the way against them with the turnovers. Ball's down to inside the 30. Rose-Hulman will take over. We'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
Why choose Union Hospital? Accredited cancer care, accredited chest pain center, certified primary stroke center, accredited medical and stroke rehabilitation programs, the Terre Haute area's largest joint replacement center, and the Wabash Valley's only Level 3 newborn intensive care unit. Because your family deserves a higher standard of health care.
And malfunction on that play. And you can see the count was wrong, the snap was wrong. Just one of those tough ones. It'll be 1st and 15. Luckily, the ball wasn't fumbled.
If Coach Sokol can get a 6 to 7 minute drive, put this one in the end zone, the Engineers are feeling very good. Maybe 3-4 minutes left, 10-point lead. Becomes very difficult for the Panthers to make up that ground.
Well, it really does. It's really tough. Jeff Sokol makes that call and just pounds it inside. He just missed the seam. I thought he missed it. He squirted through there, picks up 5-6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, they had him dead to rights in the backfield there.
Well, again, dead to rights as far as like there wasn't a hole, and then all of a sudden, boom,
yep.
sneaks through. Nobody had a hold of him. He just sat and waited on it. That hesitation move. Again, Welchin's in the backfield. Jet, they'll run it to the edge. They got the edge set up, and
good play.
Curie picks up, let's see, they're marking it at, it'll be 3rd and 5. They mark it at 3rd and 5.
It's hard when you're running that fast on that jet. You would like to see Ken Hury stick that foot in the ground at the sidelines and maybe try to sneak up there and get that extra 4 yards there.
Well, it's a smart move, and it's a very smart play because they're playing a 4-2-5. And with a 4-2-5, the Sam linebacker sitting on the wide side of the field. There's no Sam linebacker. If you get the guy walled off like they've been doing, it's fine.
See, now I thought the clock had stopped there, Coach. Good play.
Incomplete pass. Had an opportunity to pick up the first down. Tice Salou couldn't haul it in. It's 4th down, and out comes the punting unit.
Jamon Fanning, the sophomore DB out of Thompson, Georgia, another Georgia player for the Panthers. What you said you know the coaching staff. What kind of connection do they have? And
a lot of times what you do is you get a connection down there.
Mm-hmm.
In Florida or Georgia, and just depends on where people are pulling people out, those football-ish states.
Sure.
And once you have the connection, they feed on each other. They bring
Hunter
it down
Eads
for themselves.
On the return.
Eads coming down. There's no flag in the backfield. There should have been a flag there on a decleater, and there isn't one.
Good tackle there.
Hanover with the football. When do we return on Indiana Sports Network?
Why choose Union Hospital? Accredited cancer care, accredited chest pain center, certified primary stroke center, accredited medical and stroke rehabilitation programs, the Terre Haute area's largest joint replacement center, and the Wabash Valley's only Level 3 newborn intensive care unit.
Hanover with the football. Motion across, ball to 40-yard line, inside to Cone. And he picks up 3-4 yards. And now it's Hanover's turn. They desperately need to move the football down the field and pick up some points. 8 minutes left to go in this one.
Yep, 8:30. It looks like a ball game that it could come down to the last possession. Who's got the ball last? So
And we said this would be a good one, and it's turning out to be a dandy. Inside run, Cone again. He's got the seam. There it goes. They picked one of them where he got the seam, and all it takes is one guy to not be gap control positive in what's going on. Immediately, one of the D linemen comes in and says, you're out.
Finally brought down there by Stevens' coach.
That's how it works, though. You know what I'm saying? That inside run game, if you can get the gap control, you stuff them, and Rose-Hulman's done that most of the day. That play, they didn't.
As soon as you get past the linebackers, coach, you only have the DBs left to beat. It's always dangerous. You hate to see the running back getting past those backers.
Ballinger in, drives it down, picks up 2 yards. When you're really forcing the quarterback in Weimer to throw the football, that's not really where Hanover wants to be. Hanover wants to be play action, and they want to throw the dink and dunk and let those guys move. They've got some guys they can throw it up to, but at the same time, they want to run the football.
It's like Rose is in some sort of quarters. No, cover 2.
And inside, another run, and Ballinger again taken down, this time for a 1-yard gain. It's 3rd and 7.
7 minutes left in the ball game.
Big third down play. These will get bigger as the game goes along. 2 receivers, both sides. Ballinger in the backfield, motion across. They're going to run a crossing route. Here it comes. There he is.
Good catch, good throw.
That's a first down.
Clock continues, though.
Nice play for a first down. A nice, short, easy drop.
Tackled down by number 24, Rashard Brown.
And Hanover with a first down. Ball rests at the 24. Again, the score 24-21. Rose-Hulman with the lead. Hanover driving the ball. They're inside the 20. Ballinger with a run. Picks up 5. They'll give him 6 yards on that one, and in comes Cone to replace him. Again, that 2-back opportunity for Hanover as they'll rotate him back and forth. And again, they want to run the football. If they're throwing it as an action pass, they're throwing it off of little dink and dunks, but they've really thrown the ball deep and had to throw it deep in the first half. 2 of their first touchdowns were big pass plays, 51 and 38 yards. Rose-Hulman's been stout up front except for about 2 plays. See, they again throwing that ball off the edge, having a really difficult time, and it brings down 2nd, now 3rd and 4.
And that'll bring up another 3rd down.
So a big 3rd down play, and like I said before, they get bigger as they go along. You know this one's going to go 4th down too. They're not going to wait on this, and although they could kick one and tie it.
We've not seen their kicker yet.
We've seen the extra points. We've seen him kick extra points. He was accurate on all of them. Blitz up the edge, got a man off the edge, and he caught the ball at the 11-yard line. We'll see where he gets it down. They'll say he's out of bounds at the 11.
Good open field tackle by Riley Roberts.
But that pressure, and this time, again, with Weimer not going downfield, if he's throwing the short dinks and dunks, that pressure's got to get to him a little quicker than that. He doesn't throw well with pressure in his face. No quarterback does.
They're consistently wanting to run this drag opposite their trio here.
Run to the inside, and they got him all hemmed up for another yard loss.
Brought down by several engineers. Met him in the backfield.
Bo Thomas with the tackle on that one as he gets it right in there. 12-yard line now. It's 2nd and 11. They could make the first down if they get inside the 2. Five minutes left to go in the ball game. Hanover's got to come away with points here. Rose-Hulman needs desperately to stop them. Here comes the motion. Underneath route, had a man, had him open in the flat and didn't get him there. 3rd down. And a big 3rd down, 3rd and 11.
And that'll bring up another 3rd down.
And the fans are going a little bit crazy, having a good time with this one. Matt Weimer, the leader for Hanover, will set the troops and see what he can do against this stout Rose-Hulman defense. Bunched receivers, bottom of the screen. Here comes the crosser. Throws it into the end zone. It's picked off. And he could return it. It could go.
Go.
All the way down to the 33, 35. He's out of it. They're going to call a foul. There's a penalty flag down, but the interception right now is going to hold. We're going to hold off on this one, see where it goes.
Chaiku Sal on the interception. He has to be the defensive MVT today.
He's just all over the place. Huge pick. He underthrew it, and part of it was because of the pressure they brought. Rose-Hulman brought the pressure.
Chaiku Sal, the Indianapolis, Indiana native, has had a heck of a ball game. Looks like they're grabbing the turnover chain, maybe. I don't know. What's Rose-Hulman have here?
They got something on the sideline, and
I'm not sure what they did, Coach, but
they're
I
having a good time doing it. I'm telling you.
Chain or something. They waved off the interception.
No, they waved off the penalty.
Oh, okay.
Rose-Hulman with the football. They'll have it at the 42. Huge game play for Rose-Hulman.
If the Engineers can just establish that ground game, they could run the clock out here, although the Panthers do have 3 timeouts left.
And here it comes, Rose-Hulman, and it looks like an
Hand off
inside
up the
run.
middle.
Welchens, he'll pick up 3, 4, 5 yards. And right now, you just want about four first downs.
Yep.
You get 4 first downs, the game's over.
40 seconds in the college game, that's a long time if you're letting that thing run down.
It takes 40 seconds now off the clock. Now you'll see, we talked about, you asked the question, does anybody huddle? They do now.
Sure. Yeah,
They're huddling
absolutely.
nice and slow. They'll break the huddle very quickly with a formation every now and then and just pound the ball. It just depends on what time's left on the clock. 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to get this one set. They're going a little bit slow.
Yeah, you want to
4,
be up and ready
3.
and then let that clock run.
They get the
they
snap
got it.
off with 1. Welchens up the middle. He's got yardage, and he's really close to the first down. Great play. Way to keep his legs driving, and the Rose-Hulman offensive line, again, doing a very nice job. We've seen these guys, Grescock, Sturgeon, Pearson, Gibson, Trujillo, Easterday, Hostetler in there. So you take all these guys that are blocking up front, and if they can continue to drive, that's what they want. 3 minutes we're closing in on here. When this ball snapped, it'll be right at 3 minutes.
First down here, we're going to start seeing the Panthers. They're going to have to start calling timeouts after. What do you think, Coach? Third down of the next set of downs.
Dion carries it. He's got the first down. They'll give him that one as well. Under 3 minutes left to go now as they move those chains. And they'll get her
We had
started.
a point here in the second half, Coach, where it looked like the Panthers might run away with this thing. And there was a 5 or 6 minute window where Rose-Hulman just started clicking offensively and made some huge plays.
And then it just fell away from them as Rose-Hulman has just consistently moved the football, taken advantage of the front that Hanover's given them. They've run the ball very well, but the other part is they pass the ball efficiently on the plays they were supposed to give. Inside run, Welchens finds a little seam. He'll pick up a yard or 2. They'll give him 2 yards, and a timeout's been called by Hanover as they're going to try to stop the clock. 2:23 left to go in the ball game, and it'll be second down and 8 for Rose-Hulman when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
At York Automotive, we're not number one, you are. With 5 locations, 8 brands, and over 700 vehicles in stock, we have the right vehicle for you. Lots of vehicles, lots of savings. Markdowns online and on the lot. Plus, we will buy your car even if you don't buy ours. Shop online at yorkautomotive.com. Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
Patty,
100%.
Patty, Patty. The flavor, the way they cook it, the way they season it, the way that it's made. Queso burger.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
2:23 left to go in the ball game. It's 2nd down and 8. And Rose-Hulman needs about 2 more first downs.
They got 2 timeouts for the Panthers. Really, Coach, I think if they get...
There's the out again. He threw it over his head. That's a nice play by Dion, believe it or not. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't run the ball at this point because ultimately you want the clock to move.
Absolutely.
And it makes it really difficult. But smart move by Dion because they actually, that time, came down on that out, and they had a chance for a pick 6 if he threw it.
Absolutely. They did have that covered, but clock management-wise, I'm not sure.
So it didn't help you in clock management, but it sure helped you in not turning the ball over.
Absolutely.
And again, Rose-Hulman had 3 turnovers. That's why Hanover has 2 of the scores they have. Inside run. Welchins, he got just annihilated there for a 2-yard loss. It'll bring up 4th down. And with that 4th down, we'll bring the punt team out. Don't be surprised if you end up with a delay of game. Nope, timeout's been called, and we'll take one as well. Hanover took one to save the time. We'll come right back with more.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
Well, so what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman with the opportunity to punt it now.
Punter
4th
Reed's
and
back
10.
to return for the Panthers.
They've come close a couple times on this one. You know they're coming. 8 in the box, ready to rush this one. Tough snap. Got it up. That's a nice punt. Fair caught. And ball is Hanover's at the 13. We're going to keep this one here. We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. A-Plus Printing, Goshen H&R Block, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, Sponsiller Insurance, Sonic Drive-In, York Automotive, all proud sponsors for Rose-Hulman football in today's game. The transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive. They have 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. You know, our camera operators for today's game, Kanan Harper, Dakota Shonsire, and Noah Harper. Noah Gastineau, I'm sorry. And Tony Harper is our producer and director. If you want to advertise on us, give us a call. Quick pass out of the backfield. They're going to gain virtually nothing. That's not what Hanover wanted to do. The clock is running at 1:49. You want to throw the ball down the field, stop the clock somewhere.
Absolutely.
And that didn't help him at all. That gain of 2 yards was nothing. He throws the ball in the ground. That actually is what should have happened on the first down play.
So now you wanted to coach with the timeouts, with the time situation. I mean, is this 4-down territory?
Yeah, well, it's definitely 4. Yeah, it's 4-down territory. The issue is now you're going to see a football probably thrown down the middle of the field take the shot.
Yep. So
because everybody's going to be worried about the ball going outside. Rose-Hulman in a cover 2.
Get back, safeties. If they get a first down, it's no big deal.
You're really not worried about it. Oh, it could have been a pick, and he hit him early, but they're not going to call that one. 4th down now.
I think that was number 2, Tice Miller, out of Burgersville, Indiana, on the pass deflection. That was a great play by Miller.
So Tice Miller with that pass breakup, he almost had the opportunity for a pick, and they're trying to throw the ball to the sideline, and right now you got to get the first down.
Ball game here, Coach. This is it.
And with this one, this is the ball game. You ask for the big one of the game. Here it is. Weimer back to pass. He's got a man down the middle. Incomplete. Rose-Hulman holds on 4th down. And Rose-Hulman, huge opportunity to win this ball game now. It'll be 1st and 10, but more importantly, 1 timeout left for Hanover. They're able to stop at once. And beyond that, you can kneel on this thing. And kneel and take the
formation,
victory.
Coach.
It depends on what kind of victory formation now. Now you can do it multiple ways.
Very true.
But the other one is if you just stay there and hold on to it, you're going to pick up more time off the clock. So there's different ways to do it, and it depends on what the clock says. You've got a chart that tells you how many. And they're just going to kneel this one. Boom, it's down. They got the timeout. And you only get like 1 second off the clock. That's what I'm saying. If you take 2 steps back, and you've seen the guys in a pro do this, they take 2 steps back, and that's what happens. Timeout on the field. We'll take a short one. You're watching Rose-Hulman football.
At A+ Printing, we do it all. Screen printing, business printing and documents, printing for weddings and senior announcements, screen printing of hats, shirts, sports teams, and uniforms, promotional items of all kinds, including koozies and coffee mugs. You name it, A+ can print it. A+ Printing in Brazil. For the things you treasure and the people you love. Brian Sponsler and Ben Rice for Auto, Home, and Life. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
We want to thank Sponsler Insurance for sponsoring today's game as well. And again, the transportation for Indiana Sports Network provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Give those guys a call. They'll help you out with all your automotive needs. Hey, and it's Rose-Hulman football, and all they have to do is run it out. The problem is the time on the clock. They didn't run any time off that kneel down. Now, you can't stop it, so you're going to run to the side and run back and forth and then fall down. That's the right way to do it. Now you've got a chance to run it out. They do that one more time. They have to do it one more time like that, and then that clock can run all the way down. It doesn't hurt them to take a delay of game either because that runs the entire clock out, and then they'll pretty much be done.
Maybe hit Huary or Noah on that jet that they've been running all day and just have them reverse field if they can.
What they're doing right now is the easier version of that. They're running outside zone. And what it does is the same exact thing. The difference is you don't have a guy not handling it off of a fast handoff. And this is a shorter one. They got everybody there. Same thing. Boom. And Dion takes it. Is he going to score? He scored.
Wow, what a play call.
He scored. It wasn't a play. He just read that thing off the back edge. You know he didn't do it. But now he scores with 39 seconds left to go.
It'd take a miracle. I mean, they still can, Panthers could score quick.
It's 9. This will put it up 10 if they do it right. And coming off the field, and I'm going to tell you this one, coming off the field, probably the biggest smile on his face is going to be number 53, Ryan Easterday, who basically got banged up pretty good. He was in on that last play, and his teammates literally carried him off the field, off the play. So you've got a guard in there busting it so hard, that's what happens. We're going to pause, come right back with the kickoff. You're watching Rose-Hulman football.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
31-21, Rose-Hulman with the lead, 39 seconds left to go. And this crowd is on their feet, really going after this one. very excited for the opportunity to play. They'll be leading the conference, and with Franklin taking a loss last week, those teams that everybody thinks could possibly win are getting down to fewer and fewer. Good return. He'll get it up over the 40-yard line.
Oh, boy.
And Hanover will have the football. They'll come out here pretty quickly. We'll keep it here on this one. Reminder, several ball games coming up that are going to be of interest to everyone on this one, and we'll kind of see how those work. For Rose-Hulman, we will have the Anderson game for you next Saturday, a 1:30 start, and that will be, again, here. Anderson next Saturday, 1:30. They have the catch. That's a first down, and right now Rose-Hulman doesn't matter because the clock's going to continue to run. They'll move the chains. The clock stops. Clock will start.
And a quick score, onside kick.
And that's what they're after right now. Pass goes out of bounds at the 38, and Weimer continues to move he'll try to move it down here. He's going to have to take a shot here real quick.
No timeouts left for the Panthers. Makes this whole thing very, very, very difficult. If they had a timeout or two, then it's, a little more likely.
But he has to throw this one in the end zone.
Yeah.
And he's throwing it down there. He caught it, but it's at the 12.
That's a great catch by Jared.
And they don't have to call timeout because they got a man down, and he's going to get up real quick. They're going to try to play. They spiked the ball. 15 seconds left to go. This game still has possibilities. The probabilities are not good, but the possibilities are still there.
Sure.
So, again, probable? No. Possible? Yes. So, Hanover is going to go ahead and they'll throw this one in the end zone. If they score this one, they'll go for the onside and then have another heave to see if they can get into field goal range or just throw it in the end zone. Timeout called by Rose-Hulman. We'll take one very short here. You're watching Rose-Hulman football.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse. You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
16 seconds left to go in the ball game. Hanover the ball at the 12-yard line.
Fade to Frank here.
They throw it up. There's Frank. He got it.
Touchdown.
That's a touchdown. And a penalty flag. I saw that as an actual touchdown.
Yeah, 1 foot he's in.
Oh, and they're going to call offensive pass interference.
Oh, okay.
That changes things. Sure. But he was in the end zone catching the ball, but they say offensive pass interference. So they'll still move it back.
A little bit.
Yeah, they'll still move it back.
The clock will reset, right?
Clock stays at 12.
It will stay.
It stays at 12. It's considered a dead ball at this point.
Okay.
Because he did go out that way. Now they got to throw in. It's a little tougher, and you're running out of time. And again, if he catches that and you have an onside kick, the game's definitely not over. You have a Hail Mary, all those kinds of things happen.
Yeah.
So realistically, if Dion would have gone down with that ball, and we talked about this off the air, if he goes down with that ball, the game's over.
Sure.
And we're walking out of here already. Instead,
we get that first down slide, now it's over.
Yeah.
But now we're,
Now it's tough. They're going to throw this one again. He looks.
If he runs, the game's over.
game is going to be over right there. Nope, 2 seconds left to go. Now the game is officially over because they cannot get the onside kick. The game is officially going to be over. Rose-Hulman is going to win this football game, but it sure came down to a couple fun things here towards the end as Hanover continued to move the football and put it into opportunity to score.
The engineer's now in the driver's seat of the HCAC.
Rose-Hulman in the driver's seat. And again, Mount St. Joe, that's a possible, I'm going to say a possible team that could make things interesting as well. Franklin could get back into it. There's still a lot of football to be played, but the driver's seat is a whole lot more fun than being on the other side. Interception to end the game. Rose-Hulman ends up with 2 interceptions on the day, but the issue is Rose-Hulman plays very well up front, ends up winning the ball game. Again, 31-21. Rose-Hulman with the win. We're going to stay online here, and you're going to watch Rose-Hulman as they come over to sing the fight song to the sideline, because that's one of the traditions here. So watch what they're doing that way, and you'll get a chance to see these guys really whoop it up for what they know is winning celebration, and they do that one at home. A lot of fun to watch this one. We had the ROTC guys over here setting off the cannon again, just like they usually do at every ball game. What an outstanding game for Coach Sokol and the troops here at Rose-Hulman. They get the win, and they get to take the lead in the conference. It's a huge ball game for these guys. I mean, last spring they had an opportunity to play in a big game like this and didn't get the job done, lost by 10. This time they get the job done. They win the ball game by 10 points. And everybody is going to be happy. A great homecoming day, an outstanding day for Rose-Hulman football. The guys just played really hard and did a great job. And for Hanover, their chance of running 3 straight conference titles in a row, they've won those 3 in a row. Now they're not going to win the 4th one in a row, as they've had an opportunity to do that, to keep that opportunity, and they're going to need help. They're going to need Rose-Hulman to lose a ball game on the way, and then they're going to have Rose-Hulman lose a second one and win out the rest, because a head-to-head matchup is going to put Rose-Hulman with an opportunity to go in if they can win out the rest. And again, that's a huge if you're going to win the conference title. So here they are lining up. We'll wait for the final set of players to do it. And we'll see if they get a sing-along from the crowd. They'll get captains up in front. And here he is. Captain to lead the troops as he sets up for the fight song. Here they come. 1, 2. Here's the 3rd captain. They're all up there. Rose-Hulman wins this one, 31-21. We'll be back with more on Indiana Sports Network.
Union Health offers the convenience you need and the care you trust at 2 convenient care locations in Terre Haute, downtown at 221 South 6th Street, and on the east side at Sycamore Terrace Plaza off of State Road 46. Downtown location open Monday through Friday 8 to 8, Saturday 9 to 3, Sunday 1 to 5. East side open Monday through Friday 8 to 8 and Saturday 9 to 6. And you never need an appointment. Have a minor illness or injury that just can't wait? Choose convenient care from Union Health.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
At York Automotive, we're not number one, you are. With 5 locations, 8 brands, and over 700 vehicles in stock, we have the right vehicle for you. Lots of vehicles, lots of savings. Markdowns online and on the lot. Plus, we will buy your car even if you don't buy ours. Shop online at yorkautomotive.com. Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
You're watching Rose-Hulman football on the Indiana Sports Network.
And a very successful homecoming day for Rose-Hulman as they take control of the HCAC conference standings. They're going to be 2-0 after this ball game. Hanover falls to 1-1. There's a chance for two other teams to win today. I don't know the HCAC scores right now. I haven't had those updated to us, but at the same time, you really don't worry about those. You only worry about the game in front of you. And for Rose-Hulman, they have several ball games in front of them. The season's still up for grabs, but they do take control of their own destiny by winning this ball game today over Hanover. They still have Anderson and Manchester the next 2 weeks and Bluffton. All three of those teams are teams that traditionally have been towards the bottom, or at least were in the. Anderson was 0-1 in the conference. Bluffton was 0-1. Manchester won a ball game but upset a team in the process. And then it's Franklin and Mount St. Joe at home on November 13th. Looks to be that target date. There are a couple big games, and for Rose-Hulman, they play the tougher teams at home right now for what you see on their schedule, except for Franklin. They're at Franklin, and then again Mount St. Joe. They have a chance to win every ball game now in the conference. The one that's caused them trouble the last 3 years has been Hanover.
I'm a bit of a stat nerd. Coach King coming into the game. Andrew Dion needed 407 to set the career passing yards record. He finished with 211 today and a touchdown. So depending how next week goes, the Engineers could be looking at a new career passing yards leader.
And with that opportunity, again, you don't like the turnovers. He had 2 picks today, but they rebounded from him.
Sure,
and you had those back. Those 3 turnovers. At one point, it was 3 turnovers for Hanover, and Rose-Hulman hadn't gained control of any turnovers, and then the tide switched.
Yeah, there was a point in that third where it looked like the Panthers were going to run away with this thing after said turnovers you speak of. Rose-Hulman got the ball back. They went in a little 5 to 6 minute window where they scored twice, and that momentum just stayed with them the rest of the game.
Our next football game for Rose-Hulman will be next Saturday, a 1:30 start here from Phil Brown Field on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. And again, Rose-Hulman has that opportunity to maintain the lead of the HCAC if they can continue winning this all the way through. The big game they had circled, and you could tell by the enthusiasm of the players, was Hanover. And again, congratulations to Rose-Hulman. There's going to be a lot of great opportunities for people to see each other today because homecoming at Rose is a big deal, and they packed the stands, packed everything. I appreciate you joining with me today, Brock. We had a great time watching some really good football in the HCAC, and we're going to have to do this one again.
Absolutely.
Again, final score from Rose-Hulman 31, Hanover 21. Thanks for joining us.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.